George, I think we should never give and I'll never be this. Sing songs, us sings this. Never give and I'll never be this. Sing songs, us sings this. Never gives and I'll never be this. Sing songs, us sings this. Never gives and I'll never be this. Sing songs, us sings this.
'Hello, welcome to... I wasn't going to get to that without laughing. Hello, everyone. My name is Daramouthe, or Dara for short, and welcome to the 56 Pay It Forward stream. That's right, 56 of these puppies. Woo, 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 woo. I'm trying. But anyway, yes, it is the 56 Pay It Forward stream. I have done this enough times. Now, again, like I've stated before many a times, I don't do it if it's a holiday weekend or a family occasion, which I usually tell people ahead of time. So, of course, Memorial Day weekend's coming up next month. So that is one where I won't be doing a Pay It Forward stream. But beyond those 2 points that I've mentioned, I do a Pay It Forward stream. And I just have fun, going around, sharing the love on the Rumble side. Yeah, I know. Why aren't you doing it on the YouTube side? Well, because one, I can't have the same amount of characters for each pay. So if I want to say more, I have to pay more. That's how that goes. With Rumble, you don't have to. It's the same amount of characters on $1 as it is for $500. For YouTube, not so much. Plus, they take more on YouTube. Those scoundrels. But anyway, the point of the matter is, though, is that it's about just giving back to the platform to see kind of the people who have been here for a while and haven't, and all that good stuff. So how it goes is I go through the live stream section of Rumble. So it's not like live stream section of gaming on Rumble or live stream section of DIY on Rumble. No, it's the total of it all, the total of the live stream. And I'm on it now. I gotta get to the last page. So we start at the very last page of it. Come on. Oh, don't tell it's slowing up on me now. Yeah, keep going. Keep going. That's right. Give me the last page. There we go. Page number 25. Now you can fill in the stuff. But yes, I go to the last page, and we need to do this here. Of course, like I said before, also as well, my guest will be joining me at 8, so that should be a fun time in its own right. But we're going to do this first before that. So let me share this. And of course, I am on the last page, as you can see right here. It is 25 pages going right now, but I go to the last page of the total of live streams, and we start there. We pick one. You saw, if you've been here last time, you'll know. Pick one person per page. If it's all 24/7, I skip the page. But beyond that point, that's basically it. And I better check to see my guest and leave a DM or something. So just be a second. Okay, we're good. All right. So anyway, starting from the back, working our way up. Let's pick somebody. It's not very much at this one. Blue Apple 2. Blue Apple. Okay. That's just an interesting one right there. Let's pick this one. So they are using Rumble Studio. Okay, so they are using Rumble Studio. All right.
It's like weapons that were from chapter 1 that
Justin and
were
Chu.
also in chapter 2.
So sounds pretty young, or it's a girl. I'm not too sure.
Also,
Not too sure.
Slurpy Swamp is in the middle of the map.
You know what?
Oh, okay.
One of
That's
my
interesting.
favorite
Let's make their
locations.
day though.
And Steamy Stacks, one of my other favorite locations, is at a corner of the map.
Okay.
The island is very interesting.
Let's make it interesting day. There we go.
I'm not warmed up. You're not warmed up. Let's play.
Yeah, I'm waiting for my focus is off on my camera. There we go. There we go. We got that set up. Focus looks good.
Oh, he's using
And I don't know what happened to chat.
You'll see it soon enough.
Let me try one other thing, Jude. I don't know what happened to chat. My chat's not working at the particular moment. And the dog is barking. Bark, bark,
The dog
bark,
is barking.
Bark, bark, bark.
We'll give him till the 4 minutes.
So do you have a was it nice there down today while we're waiting for chat to load up? Was it nice there today?
Yeah,
Yes.
his camera's a
was.
little
Beautiful weather. Beautiful.
They must have been alive for a while. Well, we'll see.
That's good. Okay, let's do this.
He must have like a caption thing.
Okay, let's see. Let's do a 1775 coffee. That's what we're gonna do today. Okay.
All right. Well, I guess he can't see.
Guys, are you tired of weak coffee? Guys, weak coffee is for weak. Guys, but at Rumble, weak has never been
right.
part of
Well,
the mission.
I'm gonna get
Guys, no
before he gets
filters, no frauds, and no settling
Addy,
for me.
but at least he stopped by. But anyway, that's how it goes. And even if they don't see, we still stop by. We still say hello, and we move on to the next person or the next channel. Oh, actually, no, the next page. Sorry, that sounds so weird. The next channel, next page. You know how it goes. All right, page 24. Here we go. So we don't do 24. The rules are we don't do 24/7 streams except for one that I know of, and I've had them on. So there is one exception to the rule, but sometimes they don't say they're 24/7. So you kind of have to. Oh, you kind of have to check them before going further. So there is that. But I digress. We're gonna see it all the same. Let's see who would be. Very good one. I've been to Mr. Slender's before. Pretty cool dude. Very formal. Very formal. Pastor Chidali. Shade Ilay plays Worth and North Friends. All right, let's see what this is about. It's a little little frozen there, though. Ooh. I've never seen this one before. Looks like a kamikaze plane, to be honest. But then again, I've never played War Thunder, so I wouldn't know. But anyway, we're gonna do the thing, and then they've only been doing it for 23 minutes, so we're good. And then glad to. Boop. Glad to stop by for the. That's pretty looking though. Like the clouds and stuff. That is pretty looking. I don't know where they're at though. War Thunder. Thunder! Alright. We'll give them until the 24 or 30 second mark, and then we'll go from there. But yeah, I've never seen this one before. Planes look nice. The clouds look nice. This must be a new game or something, because I've never seen it before. There we go. I don't have to have all that. Beep, 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 beep. Okay. 20 for 30. Alright. Oh, uh-oh. His wing fell off. Oh, that's not good. That's not good. Ooh, that's not good. Oh, man. I'm not going to want to see the crash. We're going out of here. I was like, when I saw that slide up, I was like, that's not going to be a good night. Okay. So we have page 23. And let's see what we got here. Let's see what we got. Oh, we got some Among Us. We got some Marvel Rivals. Warcraft 2? I don't think I've ever heard of that. Warcraft 2. I've heard of Warcraft, but not anything of the old ones. Let's see. You know what? Let's do a little of the Assassin's Creed. Now, let's see if this is legit first. Alright, gotta see if it's legit. It looks pretty legit to me, to be honest. 1 of 5. So he's on multiple platforms. Tech TV. Like, how many times can you spell Tech TV without it getting a little too copyright? You know what I mean? But regardless, we are here. So we do the thing. I do like using the Windows shortcuts. Okay. Okie dokie. Alright.
I would say hardship is probably the more correct word. And Daramouthe, oh, fellow Rumbler, what's up? Oh, thank you very much for the $2 donation, my dude. Appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Teach them a little bit of hardship. Teach them to know restraint.
Stop by for the...
Welcome to the Tech TV Show. Hope you enjoy your time while hanging out with us here today. We get down on some Assassin's Creed Odyssey.
Nice and easy. He already saw us, though. So we'll do... Is he gonna type in the chat? Let's wait. Will he type in chat? Hold on. Shh, shh. He's typing. He looks like he's doing something with his computer. We're just waiting to see if he'll type back. He's not typing back. Maybe. Hold on. There we go. No more dog noise. Tell them dogs no. Hey, midnight. How's it going? Oops, I gotta change that up. I like my color. All right, there you go. All right. All right. Well, hope he enjoys the game.
At the end of the day, there are lessons kids learn and lessons that they'll have to learn. Some lessons
He's
can
on
only be
multiple
learned by
platforms,
experiencing the
so he's
mistakes
going
and
to be
learning
paying
not to
attention
repeat
to
it.
all the ones. All right. Number 22. Let's see what we got. Oh, there's some here to kind of look at. It's a lot of different political ones and all this stuff, but I do try to change it up once in a while. But why does he look like the guy from that test the technology things? I can't remember what that guy's name is. Let's see. Oh, righteous. Righteous. Rusty Gamers. Rusty Gamers, welcome. I like to see that one.
Kitty out.
How
You
rusty
go
are
make
they?
me gold.
How rusty
Now.
are these people? Are they playing? Is he playing Power World? Easy.
Look, it's a big one. I've never
Oh, yeah,
seen
he's
a
playing
big one.
Power Word.
She's huge.
Power World. Ugh, my mouth's a little dry. He's playing
Why,
Power
bud?
World.
Come here.
She's
Put me
so
in a turd.
adorable.
Neophia? Neophia? Who?
No, the
4 hours
giant
and
Mal
within
in here.
range.
Look at her.
Oh, okay.
She's gigantic. She
Definitely
was the
bigger.
boss in that dungeon I went after.
That's cool.
She gives us gold. I spent all mine buying the flame organs.
Yeah, I guess I could go and buy a bunch of shit. I have a little bit of gold, 5k right now.
I put more gold in the box.
Yep, I'll take it out. Thank you.
Let's see. We'll give him till.
I put her over there
So-
working on the stuff because no one was working on it, and I
We'll give him
figured you'd want that done.
till the 2-minute mark.
Which stuff? Yeah, probably.
The handiwork that was needed over there.
All right.
I haven't played.
Oh,
this
these
game in a while.
are able to go in this box right here.
Although I feel like Anubis would do a much better job. Here, I'm gonna go grab him. He's just running
Oh,
around
goodness.
like a goob, grabbing stuff and carrying it. Quit running!
Which
Yeah,
one,
but it's been a while
Anubis?
since I played Power World.
Yes.
I think the last one.
Russell, how would you
It's
mark?
been a few
a
updates ago.
store
That's
in
why I
yours?
can remember. It's
Would
been a
you
few
mark it with a
updates ago.
star, a house?
Hey,
Um,
thank you, baked potato.
A
Just, I'll be
store,
lurking.
an
Oh
apple.
goodness.
yeah, I'm trying to mark this
be
spot so
lurking.
you know where to go sell your stuff.
Apple sounds good, I guess.
Okay, because there's all these symbols.
Peaches
It's
or
the
pears.
Apple
Okay.
store.
So I put an
Yeah.
apple on the map. Does it show up on your
Ow.
map? Or just mine?
All right. Well, it's almost 2-minute mark, but
Looks like just yours.
like I said, if
Okay.
they don't see, that's fine
That's
too.
whack.
It does.
Always another person
I
to
was
go
trying
to.
to show you where to sell at.
That's flack.
Boop. All right. Page 21. Let's get cracking. Crack-a-lackin'. All right. So you see ones that will say they're 27, and others will not say they're 24/7. You never know until you have to get in there and look. And so there's that. 24/7 complier backlash. Whoopsh. He's got the backlash. Whoopsh, 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 whoopsh. Yeah, and then of course you got these ones, Lo-Fi Boy. Yeah, they're mostly just music ones. Usually music. Okay, so usually music and animal ones, viral animal ones, are usually the ones that are the longest, or the 24/7 ones. Apologies, and I really don't stop by those because I already know there's only one. Like I said, there's only one. I'll point it out when we come across it, but this is looking to be a little 24/7. So next page. 24/7. Beacon, God of War Ragnarok. Oh, all right. 24/7. Stream. 20. It says 24/7. Boop, 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 boop. Where did I get stinging eyelash? I hate when it happens. Eyelash gets in your eye, and you're like, ah! I do like this. Whoever made this one, though, that's pretty cool. Synth Wizard. Because that's just something you want to be like, Synth Wizard! Wow! you just can sing it. It's too hilarious to look at. Synth Wizard. I'm coming to play the stage, baby. Bow, wow, wow, wow. You can't take me alive. I'm going to take you alive. The things to do to make me laugh. All right, and of course you get ones like these. All right, these animal ones are always live, so I don't go to them. Hoping to find the one that I usually stop by. Okay, so and also if we've stopped by one previously, we do not stop by that one again, just cause it makes sense. But yeah. Let's see. Blood and Rumble game, season 1, Blood and Rumble, Dark Pack. Scavenger action. We'll check this one out.
Available to this time.
Oh, yeah, by the way, no potions available this time, so
Joe Cool must have
dissipated. What? We'll see if they see. But are they?
Hello, fellow Rumbler. Hope you are having a great day and
But
an
didn't
even
Joe
better
have one
weekend.
already in his inventory?
Have fun.
they expire after a week.
Thanks, Daramouthe. You have a good night.
Okay.
Thanks for the $2.
Good to know.
Glad to.
That reminds me of that blood apple that you gave me the first night.
Yep.
The...
Like that thing only lasted a session, yeah.
I like how none of you have researched those things.
Research? Why would we do that?
Oh, like research and figure out more about this blood tree and figure out what's going on and how it's, and then we can I don't know. I guess that'd be like getting in with the wrong people.
Awesome. Yeah, he did see.
Or getting in with the right people.
Or getting in with the right people. What the heck are you talking about?
Salt
there
was low.
There was one at Tomix Crooks' party.
Yeah.
I don't know what that little tab thing is.
Welcome.
I've never seen that before. All right. Well, you did see us though, and you did say hello.
Oh,
but he's like Crooks.
So I hope they enjoy the rest of their night. Anyway, bouncing out on to the next page. Shh, it's okay. The next page. On to the next page. Da 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 da. Bow bow da 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 da. On to the next page. Hey, there's Hubble. We'll stop by and say hello. Is he even live? Oh, don't tell me he's not live. If he's not live.
So I've gotten 53 miles to the gallon, and
it looks like he's working on a car.
It'll do 75 on the highway. Now, it'll do 75 on the highway. Now, it's a little squirrely because it's got such a short wheelbase, right? It is a little squirrely. You wouldn't want to take a long trip into it. I've taken an hour trip, and it's definitely not the most comfortable thing because everything is so mechanical. Like, look at this. Like the heater control, it's a mechanical cable.
He's trying to
There's
give
no
us
electronics to go back.
Car teaching lessons.
You know how much? So you can just get a cable and bend it with a Z-bar bend if that ever goes bad. Whereas modern cars, you're just joining us. I see I finally have my first viewer. I'm going over my 1998 Suzuki Jimny, imported from Japan.
Ooh.
I imported it last year.
Wow.
First viewer. I'm going over my 1998 Suzuki Jimny, imported from Japan. Suzuki Jimny, imported from Japan. I imported it last year. And we went to Jacksonville, Florida to get it.
Wow.
660.
Something's off with this thing.
Japan. We went to Jacksonville, Florida to get it. And I was showing off the, I have gotten 53. This is like a little better than the little key trucks that just have a naturally aspirated.
Wonder if he's using Rumble Studio, to be honest.
Tiny little 3-cylinder engine. But I have gotten 53 miles to the gallon, and it'll do 75 on the highway. So this is like a little better than the little key trucks that just have a naturally aspirated 3-cylinder
Biff stream.
I love that thing. So, anyways, I was showing you guys. I'm trying Rumble Studio on my phone.
Huh?
This is what I've been doing today. Building a bridge. It's 2x8 bridge, 16 foot long.
Oh.
I finished one joist. I love that thing. So, anyways,
Yeah.
which is good. And then here's the back of our property.
Seems like it's having issues.
About 2
keeping
years
up.
ago, bridge. It's like a couple $100s. They're literally gonna have like $40 in it,
So I have a stabilizer
which is good.
piece
And then here's the back of our property.
That.
About 2 years ago, here's the fence.
Yeah, it's lagging behind.
Goobs.
Unfortunately.
There's some rabbits coming up on our live stream. Our premium live stream. We slaughter and butcher some rabbits. So I'll probably try to get that up by Wednesday. My fence. I gotta replace some pickets. This is where our geese. This is our geese hut. We actually need to get rid of that ugly cladding and maybe put some like
just rabbit on the side.
Some boards like this on there. You know, make it look nice.
All right. Well, he's
our geese.
Oh, he's
see if we can see a goose. There's a mama goose.
I'm seeing something.
She's sitting on eggs.
All right. Eggs.
I don't like geese.
Excellent.
Okay, so the bridge. It's kind of warped wood. I bought coal wood, so it's half off.
All right. Well, he's busy trying to explain something. We're gonna go to the next page. Page number 17. Awesome. Page number 17. All right. Combo stream. What this combo stream is that? I can't warp. Bow. XP Vantage. Yeah, some Roblox 24/7. Nope. No 24/7. No 24/7. We've already been there, so we're not going to do it again. Gaming guru. I only game when I guru. Ha ha! Make gaming great. A Warcraft original player now grown back at it. What? What in the world does that mean? What's it? Is he actual?
Tomorrow. So, catch you guys later. Peace.
Oh, he's done. All right. Well, there you go. Guess we caught that at the tail end. And HDR Madness Relics.
Military circle, huh?
He's on multiple places. Well, he even has the old Twitter symbol. He still has the bird Twitter.
Addicts. Comes right there.
All right.
Bro, is that the bed? Oh my god, I thought that was a Duke Crouch, bro.
Oh, missed. Come on, hit it like you mean it. Oh, we see it now. I think he saw something. Yes.
No, I butchered your name last time. I'm not gonna go for it this time. I appreciate the $2 donation. It was Daramouthe, right? Mouth.
There you go.
I butchered it last time. I remember you though. I fucking butchered it last time. I'm so bad when it comes to names.
You're all right.
Watch this. See ya.
There you go.
Yeah, I could have used that vehicle. I should have just sniped him out.
Yep.
Dara is fine. Okay, I'll just say that. How are you doing?
There we go.
I appreciate the $2 donation. I appreciate that a lot. Let's freaking go. I'm on the wrong page here. Nope. Bet you anything, somebody might be camping up here. But yeah, we're camped. Oh no, you do have the rooms right here. I forgot.
What game is he playing though?
We'll watch it.
HDR, is that what it's called? HDR Madness?
I want to stick to high ground because I know there's going to be somebody else
like
or maybe two people camping up here.
or maybe like
I want to have the high
PG
ground.
or
I don't want to be
PUBG or
center
something like
circle.
that.
I
Oh,
always
I
get
don't
pinched
know.
when I'm center.
I don't know what to call it.
Doing well, good sir. Just going around doing my pay it forward stream. Yo, that's what's up.
Word. Word.
Well, I appreciate that. I appreciate that a lot. I really do.
Oops, can't do that. Boom.
I'm gonna have to clutch it up now. I'm gonna have to try to clutch it up for you.
Clutch it up. Come on. Why does he keep spinning it? Why does he keep? Oh, I guess he doesn't want to be
somewhere over here.
an easy
I'm
target.
telling you, there is somebody else up on these hills.
Thar
100%
hills.
guaranteed.
Go, 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 go.
Played enough Warzone 1 to know how people play.
Oh, so it is Warzone. Okay.
And I
So
can't
you
get
just
up
said
this.
Warzone 1, so it must be the other Warzone. He's like, what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Wow. 7 places. Look, I'm not even going that far. That's a lot. That's a lot.
There's another guy! I told you. There's 2 right here.
Have fun.
God.
Have fun and don't die. Don't die. No. Pew. Oh, I got
Oh my God.
Oh. You almost got him. Oh, that's not good enough. All right. Well, he did see us, so we're gonna let him finish out and have fun. Boop. All right. Next page. Spring has sprung. Yes, spring has sprung, and it's like 80-ish degrees where I'm at. Finney's experience, rest of gamers. Where we stopped by there, but I don't think it was there. You know, whatever I played, just a king. Yeah, and then you got the animal things and all that stuff, and then Catterday, happy Catterday, happy Catterday. What kind of nonsense is this? Happy Catterday, Catterday. Okay, yeah, so oh, I will check this one out. Oh, it's they forgot to end their stream. Jeez, they forgot to end their stream. Oh, until I've been playing Zelda Breath of the Wild. Well, that's not Zelda Breath of the Wild. That's the first Zelda game. What? Lies. It's lies, I tell you. We'll check it out anyway. We'll see if he's real or not. Surviving the cold. 4 hours. He's been playing for 4 hours. Playing with viewers. Part 3, Death Mountain. Well, it's been about 4-ish hours. Usually it's hard to tell. But we'll stop by for anyway. I haven't played this game in ages. Then again, I don't own a Switch anymore either. So there's that. We'll see. Give it until the 2-minute mark. If nothing, we're out. Breath of the Wild. Man, it's been a long time since I played this game. But I enjoyed it when I played it, but I had to give up my Switch because of financial reasons. So it is what it is. But I don't think I'll get another console because I mean at this point you might as well just stick with PC because I have fun with PC. Or I use PC so much, and then again I don't really have much time to play games anyway. So there's that too. It's like, oh man. Alright. Well, it doesn't look like he's gonna see us, and that's fine. We're gonna head off to the next person. Arrivederci. Vinny. Pow. Alright, page 15. Where are we going to be at? Hello. Hello, friend. Hello, darkness, my old friend. So we've already been here, so we're not going to stop by that again. Friday Night Fights. Friday Night Fights, 10 year. Get Awesome Gaming. He's getting awesome. I get awesome. Get awesome. I get awesome. Oh goodness. Sea of Thieves. I've seen people play this one, but I've never seen them. I've never played it myself, so we'll check this one out. Hey.
He said he would be hopping on eventually.
Boop.
Yeah, I heard of it. I know of that bot pack.
Beep, beep, beep.
I saw your little notification. Oh,
Hello.
hello. Not the crewmate I was looking for, but a crewmate.
Hello.
Hold on.
How are you?
Searching for the 21st victory of his pro mixed martial arts career.
I'm gonna get my audio to work.
I'm waiting on Adriel to hop on for today.
He's up his back.
There we go. Hello.
Hello.
Hi. Just want to see what you're doing.
Oh, I'm doing a live stream, man. Waiting on
nice.
Adriel for my crewmate.
Okay. Not
Hey.
quite 100%.
Daramouthe, thank you for the $2, man. Thank you for the $2.
Yeah, well, you have fun streaming.
Yeah, you have a good day. Hopefully, you recover well, man.
Yep.
Solar.
All right, man. Okay, so we got a Reaper 4 right here. There's a Reaper 1 over here. We can easily actually go and get that Reaper 1. Reaper 4 is either... I think Reaper 4 is actually in the Reaper chest.
Oh.
Well, Daramouthe, since I believe this is your first time being in my stream, I don't remember you being in my stream before. I am the resident Sea of Thieves streamer here on Rumble. I've kind of been one of the few. There's a few others who are slightly bigger streamers than me, but I'm the one who basically does the Sea of Thieves content.
Ah.
I'm your mainstay place to get anything Sea of Thieves related.
Ah, thanks, Zero.
Not to my own horn.
Oh, okay. Nice.
So. And, well, we're just kind of trying to grow, and, well, we're going to go ahead and actually drop the sail and finally get going. Oh, yeah, and Daramouthe, I actually did put a little response to that little, what did you call it? What was it called? Hold on. Give me a second. The Rumble survey. But yeah, I put in a response for the Rumble survey for you. I've been on Rumble for a really long time now. Creator. Yeah, I put in a response as a creator. Then I'll be honest, I've been on Rumble since, well, before the gaming category was added. Man, it's been a long time. I feel old. Alright, yeah, they're definitely going for the Reaper chest. Yeah, I'm happy to help. Like, I'm happy to give responses and stuff like that. Like, I want to see Rumble grow. one of my favorite, like it's one of the best platforms out there. Like, I honestly have always seen that Twitch and YouTube is eventually going to die. They're not sustainable. Rumble has a lot more sustainability thanks to the free speech. So that's my opinion there. My 2 cents on it. What's going on that music side thing? There we go. Yeah, if I talk to any other Rumble creators, I'll let you know.
As you bring the skull of Siren Song to the destination I give you, I will make my presence known.
So this will be a bit of the downtime part of the stream. As always, sailing from location to location takes time.
Last.
Good sail. Careful of the fortress. Let's hope the aimbot doesn't hit me. Yeah, that would actually be pretty good for video-wise. I don't use... I'll be honest. Most of my uploads is actually... the only reason why I have any videos on my channel is just because of the auto upload of the VODs. So... I don't record many videos anymore. Just because I prefer streaming. Yeah, that'd be pretty cool, man. But overall, I think one thing that would help. Hey, thanks. I just got a notification on something. Oh, there we go. Thank you for the follow, Daramouthe. Thank you for the follow. I heard the audio. Apparently the audio and the alert, like, GIF is a little behind. So that's interesting. Good to know. Oh, I hate this fog. All right, I gotta focus up.
All right. Oops. There we go.
We might be entering combat soon. Daramouthe. Okay. Thanks for correcting me on that. Horrible names.
Hold on.
Okay. Hopefully it's not a big ship. I can solo fight. That much is for sure. And this would be a good warm up anyways, but I do not want to solo fight in dense fog like this. Dense fog is the best time to go for boards and stuff.
Oh yeah.
But if you can't board because if you can't board because you don't have a
Sid Meier's Civ 7 for safe distance. Isn't that in VR?
Because you don't have a crewmate, makes things harder.
Boom. All right. Off to the. Oh goodness. All right, page 14. Let's see what we got. Sid Meier's Center for Safe Distance. Well, I hope it was safe enough. Oh goodness. Let's see, comics. All right, we already stopped by theirs. We're gonna stop by there again. And all that good stuff. Let's see. Oh, look at the puppy. It's probably 24/7 stream, live with Wappy Flanker. He's a bit of a Wappy Flanker, yeah. Wappy Flanker. Wappy Flanker. Civ 2 sucked me in practically. Oh. I haven't played any of the Civ games in a very long time, so it's probably not going to have the same effect. Ooh, that's in Espanol. ¿Por qué? ¿Por qué? I haven't stopped at a VTuber for a while.
Modes. Down there.
I don't know what game they're playing though. So, Sons of the Forest. I didn't pay attention to that part.
That chat better fucking fade away right now.
Ooh, feed a wee.
Hello, Dare. How are you? Shit, you know, after you showed up the first time, I was like, all right, I got the pronunciation down. And then I psyched myself out. Like, it's not Dara, it's Dara, I think. Thank you for the $2. Thank you. How you been?
He's typing a lot. You can
I got
use
lost.
clicky clackly.
I'm doing good. Weather's bipolar. Like it's about to be 80 degrees tomorrow, then following 60 or 70.
Oh.
It sounds actually kind of normal if I say that.
Seeing where I'm at, very cold, then warm.
Oh, okay, so that's 30 degrees. 80 to 50 drop.
Do.
Oh, what happened to my regular stream? Uh-oh. Today is scuffed.
Uh-oh.
Actually, I don't know if the regular YouTube stream would matter.
Beep, beep. A few bathroom breaks, so that's not fun.
Me? Yeah, of course. All right, now YouTube's messing up. This is the second time that showed up. So I'm at cold and warm. Yeah, prime get sick weather.
Yeah.
We were at a birthday party and it was warm. And then 2 hours later, it dropped to it dropped 30 degrees. And I was out there in shorts and a t-shirt.
Oh, goodness.
Hello, Jaquise Jones. Hello. On YouTube. I didn't change the chat settings. It's going to be stuck up there.
Don't die. There we go. Can I get mod?
Do this.
Can
How
I
long is
get
15,000 milliseconds?
Who are you?
Spread love. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for the $2. Have a good day or night where you're at. Let me update this link.
All right, page 13. As we get down to the wire, as a final countdown. Fasting and gaming seem normal. Well, it depends on how you see it, I guess. Let's see. Let's see. Send a premium gaming. Is it premium? If it's not, or is it good for our telomeres? I don't know what that means. Telomeres. Not sure what that is. Disco Wonderman. Dead Lightning. Dead Lightning Arrow. Shkow! Dead Lightning Arrow. I didn't know he was playing the same game. Tags. Oh. It's been a while since I've said hello to Ezekiel. Why not? If
Well, nobody was shooting at you.
Oh. Okay.
Second one is shooting at Booth.
Boom. playing the same game as that last one.
Beetle's brought a knife to a gunfight. I brought a
Hey,
hacker.
Daramouthe, how's it going? Thank you for the $2 rant on Rumble. I much appreciate it. How's your day going?
Remember, that guy can't
How are
even
you
see my head
doing?
'cause I'm in
I hope you're having a good one today.
True.
We're over here playing
pretty big-
Vampire the
big
Masquerade
head.
with Scavenger Actual, Joe
around.
Cool, and B-Loot.
At least the see-through neck.
And
Second
today
guy
should be
shoots
the
it
last game of the session.
at Booth, and you
wow.
realize he has fluent swiftness.
Fluid swiftness.
Booth does?
Booth does. He also dodges. He dodges the bullets fired at him.
Hey, Neuro.
Go ahead.
Oh.
Yes, sir. Going around doing your pay it forward stream. I see. Well,
All right, so
you have a wonderful rest of
for
your
those
stream.
closing in, let's get. So let's be specific about this. B-Loops, who are you trying to rush in on? Drag yourself next to which one of these guys you're going after.
I'm pretty sure you said this guy was shooting me, so... And that's who I would see shooting at me anyway. I would be rushing the hell out of this guy.
All right. Jake?
I
Hey,
think
Horse
Booth
Stream.
has that one handled, so I might as well go back up B-Loops over here. I'm not confident that B-Loops can handle that one on its own.
Dark.
All right.
Huh.
For this charge, we're going to make it strength
Due to Ezekiel and have
and
fun.
athletics to close the distance.
Okay, thank you, Daramouthe. Strength and athletics.
Yep.
Boo! Alright. We stopped by, we said hello on to page number 12. Because we're going to be ending this part soon. Planet Crafter. We already stopped by him. Stopped by him. To winning personality. And I hear ya. Sometimes it's not fun. I'm in lobby. Oh, okay. I see ya. No, that's fine. You come on if you want. We'll only have a few. We'll do 3 more. We'll do 3 more. Let's see. We'll do the Planet Crafter one. I want to see if this is a real person first. Okay.
Them in.
Oh, I've stopped by him before.
Do we have any aluminium?
I don't know if we'll see, but it is what it is. There we go. Surprise! Surprise!
No.
Never
It
heard
looks
that one
like
before.
we do not. Hey, thank you for the rant.
Welcome.
That's looking good.
You can see us though.
No, I do not have. I'll put those away and put that away.
Well, chess isn't bad to play.
1, 2, 3, 4. We're gonna need another iron.
All you done is call me vid. Call me vid. I haven't played this game in a while either. Planet Crafter. It's updated a few times over, but I digress. Again, I don't have much time on playing games. All right.
How are we setting on power?
Nope. Love others.
You guys are killing me here.
Be well. Oh, fine.
There's 1. There's 2.
Thanks, Nero.
3.
Appreciate that.
And there's 4.
Yeah. Gotta get that big push. Big push. All right.
Yeah, we're gonna need 2 more.
All right. Well, he's already seen us. He's already said hello. So 2 more people. We'll do 2 more people, and then we'll end it. At least this part. Let's see. Modern. Rebel scum for hire. Hey, it's Ramrod. What? I don't know if he's playing what? 2?
Ooh. Bro, I feel like I'm gonna die. Hey, what's up, Daramouthe? How you doing, dude? How is it going, sir? Thank you so much for the $2 rant, man. You didn't have to do that. I just appreciate you being here.
Going
Let's see. Let's do that one.
Oops.
I've been good, man. Been good. Just hanging out, chilling, and well, really today got some stuff done and finally able to stream. I tell you, April has been nutty for me. I mean, I feel like I have just been one thing after another with work and things like that. So just being able to stream, I'm just happy to be streaming. What about you, my man? How's your week been?
I thought he was in.
Went around and doing my pay it forward stream. Hey, that's awesome. I do appreciate that, man. I really do. I started off and did about the first 3 hours and some change with everybody, and then I popped it over to premium only so I could get that going. That's all I really lack, but have a lot of people on this week and next week. Nice, dude. That's awesome. I usually see your notifications, and I try and pop in there whenever I'm able to, even if I'm just kind of lurking. I pop in there and like the stream. Oh no!
Surprise!
What are you doing there?
And it's owner.
Here we go.
Can't trust them.
Was this the? Oh nope. Let's see. We gotta make it up there. Gotcha. Coming up on my 200th guest. Wow, quite a surprise in its own right. Yeah, that's awesome, dude. That's huge. I mean, when you think about it, that's a lot of guests. Congrats to you, man.
And still many more to come.
It's always awesome just seeing people like, I don't know, like seeing people accomplish goals and things like that, and just doing what they enjoy and are good at it, and it does awesome. Still many more to come, dude. That's awesome. I'm super stoked for you. I mean, you do really, really great at that anyway with your show and having guests on. Oh, I couldn't make that. I thought I could.
Even if they don't.
Yeah, unfortunately, whenever I swapped over to the premium only, it
even if they don't believe so,
everybody disappeared.
So many.
There are plenty of people who want to have conversations. Yeah, and I think like whenever you can find people like that to just chat and have conversations and have fun, I mean, that's what it's all about. And in the end, I mean, that makes it even easier for you, when you have people on that want to have conversations.
Yeah.
It's brutal. Tommy do this?
Yeah.
Let's get inside.
Ooh, what kind of gun is that? I want that.
No more guns. No more.
Oh yeah, and oh dang, that man got hit with an arrow.
Oof.
Holy moly!
No way. All right.
Figure out how we.
I have to do it.
I feel like I should.
Why do I always spell the
see
wrong?
it,
Come
but
on,
not.
get with the program.
Oh, here we go. I'm dumb. I have to tell everybody whenever I switch over to the premium only stream, I'm like, I'm sorry, you know, I'm sorry. I know that it's not preferable, but it's part of the creator program, so
understandable.
I have to swap over.
There we go. Round it out. Round it out.
Dang, dude.
Some people would go with that, or simulation theory, or whatever you want to call it.
Hey, dude, thank you so much for another rant. You didn't have to do that. I'll have to spread love to others. See you around the good bend, sir. Hey, I appreciate you, man. You go spread all that love and support. I know that they'll appreciate it as much as I do, man. Thank you so much for coming by, and I hope you have an awesome rest of your night. Just like the jingle, to be honest. It's a classic. I love it. I feel like it goes perfect with Squirtle just chilling.
Awesome. All right. Off to one more person, and then we'll close out for night. Let's see what we can get. Right, is there? We better refresh that, because that doesn't make sense why there's two. Part 5. That doesn't make sense. Final 27. Confused. Let's pick someone I haven't. Well, there's Alpha. Alpha's pretty awesome. I already stopped by Ezekiel. Let's start with Nichols. Mr. Nichols.
Yeah, I'm coming. There's tons of shit down there, not gonna lie.
Alright, Mr. Nichols, you'll be my last person for tonight.
Where's this freaking bounty?
In the bounty.
Oh my gosh, you want it?
There it is. Brown Jack.
90th place, and how many players were there?
A lot.
People in the storm. I don't. Oh wow, there's a lot of people here. There's got to be some realies. Oh, this is real.
And he's
That's
down
real.
for the count. That's no fun. Alright. We'll give him until
Yeah, they were real.
the 2-minute mark.
I should have.
If he doesn't say anything, we'll pop out.
Damn.
I think he's multi-platforming himself. Yeah.
Yo, Dharma. Hello, fellow Rumbler. Hope you are having a great day, even a better weekend. Dude, thank you for the $2 donation, bro, on Rumble, bro. Let's go, man. Daramouthe. Daramouthe? Is that how you say it? Daramouthe?
No.
Daramouthe or Daramouthe?
Yeah, you just wait for it.
Daramouthe. Daramouthe.
No.
Or Daramouthe.
There we go.
Daramouthe. What about that? Or Dara?
Yeah, there you go.
We'll call you Dara.
There you go.
I think that's better. Dara? Is that? Am I saying it right? I hate getting people's names wrong, but I get people's names wrong literally every day.
You're fine. Almost got it. Yeah, you almost got it. Took me a minute to just say Dare, you're fine. Oh, he froze. Don't freeze. No. Oh, he's on. Well, no, sort of.
Will I fix? Nope. Will I get better? Nope. Yes, sir. Dara. Dara. I want to call you Dara.
Oh my. That was a real guy.
Others.
Real guy's camping in that little shower.
What? Oh, well, here, I got
Shout out to
some
you
Take it down.
for the $2 donation over on the Rumble side. I don't get any chatters in Rumble. I can't seem to get any chatters in Rumble or Kick. I mean, I do well in TikTok. I do fine in Twitch. YouTube is my main home, but yo, Anti with the $9.99. Let's go, baby. W stream, brother. I gotta go, but enjoy. Yo, Anti, you did not have to do that. You could have just said that in a message. I would have read it.
Yeah.
Thank you, hon. I hope you have a great night. And we got to talk more about linking up for sure.
Ooh.
When you're on vacation, remind me. Dude, you guys are crazy.
Winning bomb there, Mecca.
All right, off to spread the love to others. Be well and take them down. Yo, Dara, I appreciate the $3. Let's freaking go.
What?
Spreading love, man. I appreciate you stopping by my stream. Thank you so much. Thank you, Anti, and I hope you have a great night, and I hope your family is doing awesome.
Oops, that was not. I didn't want to do that. Press the wrong button.
I've got that emblem. You know the Black Ops 6 emblem for the event.
All right.
All right, let's go.
I don't know.
What am I playing tomorrow? So I'm going to be on 4.
All right. Well, that is the end of the Pay It Forward stream. Obviously, that's what I do. I go around, spread a little love, and maybe give some donations too. But yeah, that's basically what I do for the Pay It Forward stream. And that concludes the 56th part. And of course, we're going to stop sharing that, obviously. But anyway, if my guest wishes to reveal themselves. Oh, there we go. Dara, you're muted. You're muted. Unmute yourself.
Unmuted. Is that a little bit better? How's your evening going, Daramouthe? Good introduction on that, huh?
Yeah, no, that's a perfect, the most perfect introduction. You just sit there, it's like, and then people are just like, what is wrong with this guy? Why is he? Hey, your mic, your mic can't hear you, can't hear.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my goodness.
How's your evening going so far, buddy?
Oh, good. How are you?
Cannot complain. It's been a very good day for a lot of small creators on Rumble tonight.
Yeah. Oh, well, it is the weekend, so you have to configure that into the notion of it. But it is, I mean, it was a lot of pages. You know, used to be back in the day, it was like 16 to 20. Now it's like up to 25. So that was pretty awesome. But yeah, it's gonna be, again, it's the weekend. People are out there playing games or doing whatever because obviously, some of them don't have to get up in the morning. So there's that. But anyway.
Very true.
Yeah, and that's same for me because I like to sleep in on a weekend. All right, that's what weekend's for. Okay, sleeping in. That's what weekend's for.
At least I try. My 6 and 4-year-old, they make it pretty difficult because they're up on the dot all the time. It's kind of crazy.
Oh yeah. No, the kid thing, that's a bit of a different subject. But I mean, for a big chunk of people, it's like, please, dear Lord, just let me be able to get some sleep.
Right, just a little bit. Just a little bit.
But anyway, well, thank you for coming on, good sir.
Absolutely. It's a pleasure to be here.
Yeah. So what's your shirt say? It says run laps. Is that like for a
run laps, take naps, actually. Nice. Quite fitting.
Now, the question is, though, do you take a nap right after you run a lap? Because that's a little different. I don't think you can do that.
It's usually a few laps, then the nap. For sure. Mm-hmm.
I remember a long time ago they were trying to do this thing on because there's that old wives' tale, right, where when you eat something you don't go swimming right after, that whole ordeal. And they did this thing where they had a bunch of swimmers, right, on a swim team. They come up and they were eating a bunch of McDonald's, which honestly you probably shouldn't be eating anyway. But yeah,
very true.
But the thing of it was they were trying to test it out, so they had these swimmers eat the McDonald's as they got out of the pool, and then they had them go swim back out. It's like, I guess the old wives' tale is not true.
Yeah, so the 30 minutes before waiting. Yep. Or waiting before.
Yeah, I can't remember. It was like ABC or something. It's a long time ago, but I saw that and I was like, so what you did was you took a bunch of swimmers and you took a chance on if one of them doesn't drown.
How many rolls of the dice are we going to take today?
7. Curses. I need a roll of 20 charismatic. Come on, go, go, go.
I was just gonna say, bring out the 20-sided die for that one.
If you don't knock somebody in the head with those, I've seen those dice. Those dice, even though some like some companies that make them like out of like stone or something like that, they make some very
Mhm.
beautiful ones. But man, oh man, those could be used as weapons if you want.
Oh, absolutely.
I'm not talking like you roll a 20 and you get like some great sword. I'm talking like you sock them in the eye with them. All right.
Throw a couple of them in a long sock and see what happens.
You know what? You know what they should do is they should have a zombie movie out there instead of just beating it with a hockey stick. He's like, take that. That's a 19. Take it.
Yeah, seriously. That's a critical hit, sir.
That's
you
a
need to get on the ground.
That should be an assassin movie right there. It's just like,
Mm.
and so how was he killed? It's a purple 20-sided die. A purple 20-sided die? What the hell are you talking
Just like
about?
hanging in his eye socket for a couple minutes. on
Ew.
20. On 20.
Ew. Oh.
Oh.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't like. So you're saying the eye was scooped out and replaced with a 20-sided die, sir? I don't know how this works, but yes, that's what I'm saying. Aren't you the coroner? How was your
Right.
day? Oh my goodness! But yeah, you no, I was glad to be able to get you on stuff because I outreach to all sorts of people, so it's not just like big names, whatever. Well, I barely,
Yeah, exactly.
but it's just talking to other people, and you saw a whole bunch of people I went through, just kind of stopping by their streams. But yeah, that's
Mm.
pretty much what I do for the pay it forward stream. And 56, I can't believe it myself, to be honest.
You've been doing it a while, haven't you? And then I mean that is a lot of love to give to people every time you do it, and that's something that astonishes me because a lot of people aren't that nice in this life. So thank you for being that way, man, for sure.
4 more days and I get 2 months. Yes.
Nice. Heck yeah.
4 more pay it forwards and I make a full month, 2 months. Sorry.
That's unbelievable. That is amazing, though. That's persistence too, you know.
Well, yeah, well, and I've said it before, but the idea came from when the CEO and used to on Rumble, but not anymore, but a content creator called by Flawed TV, they went to the Rumble HQ down in Florida, and with the CEO, they did this thing called Rumble Raid, and it was like with
Yeah.
$10,000, which I don't even have any at all. But
Mhm.
the point of the matter is, that they went around to many different content creators on Rumble, and they're just saying like there were like 100s, and some got a few, like a 500 or 200 sold stuff. I was like, oh,
Wow.
that's pretty interesting. Even though I don't have that kind of money, at least I can do something with that. So
Exactly.
but the thing of it was is that so the first time I did it, I actually called it my mini Rumble raid because that's what I was
Aw.
trying to go after. But I was like,
Mhm.
what? I don't have really anyone to raid with because when I first out, it was like barely anyone. So I don't really have anyone to raid with, and it's mostly just giving back in a way and all this stuff because it's out of my own pocket, to be honest.
Yeah. Well,
But
yeah.
but then instead of calling it Rumble, I just called paying it forward because that just made much more sense, and so that's what I've stuck with, just calling it the pay it forward or PIF stream. Some people are like, what is PIF?
Pip stream.
Yeah. It's just easier to say when you say pay it forward. It's like trying to type it down. It takes a long time. You say PIF, and I'm done. I'm out the door.
Yep. Yeah, exactly.
But
rolls off the tongue a lot easier.
yeah, that is true. Except when you
Mhm.
start singing Puff the Magic Dragon, then you start saying Puff the Magic
I was
Dragon.
waiting for you to bring that up actually, because Piff was a strain name that was used about 10, 12 years ago. A lot of the time,
Oh,
that's
really?
where that's where I remember Piff from.
Mm. Yeah, that certainly was a magical time, as the kids would say.
Isn't that the truth?
Oh well, I not for myself, but for others, probably yes. Because I've talked to a few other people who are very 420 friendly and
Mhm.
smoke
I
every.
am as well, but
Yeah.
I am past that time in my life as well.
Mhm.
So for about 17 years, I would partake, and just recently, I fell into some not extremely bad health issues, but
Right.
I got a scare. My rate went up a little too high, and I'm sitting here and I'm like, I think it's just time to not just take a break, but just to get rid of it completely. And I was able
Yeah.
to finally put it down.
Yeah.
And not like it was a huge issue, you know what I mean? It was an
Right.
overnight ordeal, and
Mm.
to be honest with you, at this point, I don't miss it either. I've been
Mm.
able to focus in on a lot of the things that are bringing me joy, and that was one of the main reasons why I was partaking in it to begin with, is because I was lacking that joy. So
Right.
Rumbles helped me out in a lot of ways, not just I guess with the creator program monetarily, because it really isn't about that for me, but
Right.
to get my creativity out,
Uh-huh.
to be more social with others on the internet. Not
Yeah.
only that, but in real life as well. I mean, PAX East is coming around the corner, and me and my buddy are going to be going to that for the Friday day at least. So that's
Oh,
going to be an
nice.
interesting time.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've been having a blast without it. I really have.
Yeah. No, and I mean, because again, you have a lot of the cannabis, the endo cannabis system. Oh goodness.
hmm
But yeah, no, that's pretty interesting because again, I've talked to other people who are very 420 friendly. Some of them take it for medical reasons. You kind
hmm
of have that
I
stuff.
know many. Yep, I know
Yeah.
many.
I know there are stories of it being used for people with seizures. I think that's one I've heard it being used for,
Yep.
is that it helps with them not either
Ex-
help.
uh,
Oh god. No, no,
oh, sorry.
you're gonna say something. Sorry.
Oh yeah, especially in children,
Yeah.
it's actually most potent in seizures to help with children. Obviously, at the right dose and with a
Yeah.
doctor's care. But I've most of those stories that I've heard when it comes to helping with seizures is in the kids.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's sort of the important part because if you've never seen someone have a seizure before, and it varies to a degree, but if you've
hmm
never seen someone have a seizure before, you're gonna be bonked out of your mind because you're like, I don't know what to do. And usually
Absolutely.
if they're like the violent, not violent ones, but they're like the very movie ones,
hmm
then you're kind of like, what do you do in that situation? And it's not a fun ordeal, especially if you have someone who's
No.
totally out of the loop on that stuff. And you're
Yep.
just like, they find out, oh, they just had a seizure. And the person who has the seizure doesn't even know they had a seizure.
90% of the time they don't. That's something, seizures in general is something I hold dear to myself on how to handle, because a neighbor of ours, very very close family friend over the last 10 years, actually ended up losing his life to one of the last ones he had. And
Oh.
luckily he had I mean, he had a good life. He was
Mm.
able to get to the end and meet the love of his life at the end of it, and he
No.
found some happiness before that actually ended up happening. He knew in the back of his mind that
Mhm.
one day he might not get out of his bed, but at the same sense, he was able to find the man of his dreams, and they had a wonderful year and a half, 2 years. But
Mhm.
to see that love ripped apart that day
Yeah.
was tragic. It was. I
Mhm.
still talk to his I'm gonna say husband, because he was,
Yeah.
they weren't able to get married, but
Right.
they were going to, So
Right.
Martavius, if you're out there and if you ever see this, I absolutely love and adore you, and I hope you're doing amazing.
Yeah.
But other than that, seizures are serious business for sure, and I'm glad that there are medications, and not only medications but natural substances in a sense
Yeah.
that can help with that. Yeah.
Yeah, because I think again, it just goes back to that sort of scary, like you were talking about with them, and it's not. I mean, majority of the time, it just causes someone to kind of short circuit. Basically, is what a seizure is. But I mean, for it to cause death, that's really the extreme of the matter,
Yeah.
because usually people take medication to kind of lessen it, or able to help prevent it. But at the end of the day, a seizure is still a seizure. And it's really interesting too, is because some seizures can be caused by like the flashes of light stuff, right? Like a
Yep.
strobe light
Yep.
sort
Yep.
of thing. And
hmm
those aren't fun in itself. But yeah, because that reminds me of, there was a episode of this. I remember this. There's an episode of The Simpsons where they were doing like a Pokemon um parody or something like that. And
hmm
this
Yep.
one image just had it just like multiple flashes. Actually, there was a Pokemon episode that had that, but they were doing some kind of Pokemon parody, and it would
Yeah,
just
yeah.
do the seizure flash, and they had to get they couldn't show that anymore. It's like,
Yep. They're like, we got to take this episode off.
yeah, those kids we wanted to watch, yeah, they were seizing out.
Like, that's definitely not a lawsuit we want on our hands at this point in time.
Well, look, I know they want the dance in that new craze, but this is not a new dance. This is no, I don't want to do that. But yeah, because I had a family member too. Oh, thank you, Nero. Because I had a family member too who did have a seizure, but it wasn't like the the jitteriness. It was more of just like they had just gone unconscious a bit,
Yeah,
and
yep. Mhm.
and whether it was because I don't remember what it was, but yeah, for too long. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I don't know why should we kill the Daylands. I don't know. I hear people make great tea out of them though. I do hear people make.
That is true. Dandelion tea is a big thing.
Yeah, yeah. And that was the funny thing too. Is like what so you can make a tea out of a weed, which to some is not considered a weed, but yeah, it's pretty interesting how you can do that sort of thing. Like again, if people don't understand, sassafras, right? If anyone's heard of the root sassafras, that's what root beer comes from,
Mm-hmm.
or sarsaparilla, whichever one you want to call it, but that's root beer.
Yeah.
But it's just funny how you have those things where you have people make tea out of it or whatever. Forgot the bacon. Well, you don't have to put the bacon in every time. I don't want to get any more hungry than I need to, even though I'm not hungry now. Dandelion wine. Is there such a thing as dandelion
Oh,
wine?
yes, there is. I've just heard of that maybe 6 months ago for the first time.
Wow, that's pretty
Mhm.
awesome. Probably has to be as long, like that fertilized as long as regular wine. But yeah, it's just so interesting you have that kind of stuff that you thought was just you got to spray it with like pesticide or whatever to get rid of it,
Yep.
and that you could just go outside and make tea out of it. So there you go. Things you learn every day,
Isn't that the truth?
Unfortunately, I don't go outside and make tea from it. I'm not that kind of person. But regardless, there are people who do it. Thank you, Nero.
Yeah, you just gotta wash it off a little bit, that's all. Now, I am that type of person, dude. I live out in the mountains, and,
Oh.
part of my show is gonna be Midnight in the Mountains is, very true in the sense, of
Mm.
what I'll actually be doing. So I'll actually get into that just a little bit. So April 25th
Mm.
is the first episode that I'm gonna be releasing,
Oh,
and I
nice.
don't know if anybody's out there that has, any interest in Art Bell or Coast to Coast AM,
Mm.
John B. Wells with Caravan to Midnight. Now John B. Wells is into the more government conspiracy type deal and like the hidden technologies.
Right.
Art Bell pioneered the caller, the open line caller, right?
Mhm.
So he got into the paranormal and the ghost stories, so on and so forth. He's actually had personal experiences with the shadow people as well.
Right.
So that format has been done many times in a studio setting, but being out here and I utilize Starlink internet, so
I was just about to ask,
thank
yeah.
you thank you Elon Musk for that because
Mhm.
beforehand we only had Frontier DSL and that's almost impossible to do anything on.
Jeez.
So the one morning I woke up, I got let go as creative director from my last job by my best
Oh.
friend of 15 years to put the money back into his pocket. 2 days
Mm.
before Thanksgiving, at that, which was wonderful at the time, but
Right.
it's actually turned into the biggest blessing of my life because it
Right.
it gave me the fire inside to start to take my creative, talents and point it inwards, right?
Mhm.
So at this point, I'm sitting here. I'm like, what am I going to do? I already knew about Rumble. It
Mm.
was something that I was already interested in trying with them because they wanted to start a botanicals podcast,
Right.
and they just never went through with it. So I was like, I sat down with my wife. I'm like, I have a really good feeling that Rumble's about to start something for the smaller creator, and this is
Mhm.
maybe 2-3 weeks before they released a creator program that I had this conversation. So I
Nice.
decided to get on Rumble. I found Father Russell actually, and
Mhm.
he lit me up. His personality, the way he was talking to his chat.
Right.
Shout out to Father Russell for sure, because if it wasn't for finding him on Rumble, I
Right.
probably would have never actually started my own journey with streaming as well.
Nice.
And then I noticed that he would in the morning start doing some news segments here and there, and talking about conspiracy kind of stuff. He's like,
Right.
I get into it. It's interesting, and that's how I am as well. I love hearing the stories. And
Mhm.
the one morning I woke up, it was probably 4:30 in the morning, and it kind of dawned on me. I'm like, why don't I mix because I fall asleep to Art Bell almost every night.
Right.
I'm big into ASMR and things like that. As a
Mhm.
36-year-old father of two, I get the tingles, which is weird to say the least. My wife hates it though. She wants to kill me every single day. She's like, "Can you just please shut your phone off?"
Yeah.
But besides that, I had the idea of since I have the Starlink and I could drag that dish anywhere I want,
Yeah.
at least on my property. So I have an infrared camera and I have a thermal camera. I went and bought a power station from EcoFlow River 2. It's the River 2 Pro, and
Oh,
it
wow.
can power my laptop and my Starlink internet dish and the router for a
Mhm.
good 5 hours straight. So
Ooh.
why don't I just go out into the woods and do streaming out in the woods? And
Nice.
then on top of that, I was like, I love Art Bell, and I would like to see someone young kind of pick up the mantle because Art's no longer with us at this
Yeah.
point.
Mhm.
And John B. Wells is still doing it, but he's in his studio and he has a very big and beautiful following at this point,
Yeah.
which he actually gave me his blessing over on X after a while. And because I was worried, I was using some music and stuff from the back in the old days, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, man, is he trying to like send me a cease and desist letter or something like that? Go sit with mommy real quick. Hold on, I'll be right over in a bit.
Okay.
That was a little midnight.
Aw.
But where was I at?
Bart Bell.
So, yep, Art Bell out in the woods, and
Mhm.
I came up with the idea because he was doing Midnight in the Desert over on the West Coast,
Oh,
and I
okay.
decided to name mine since I'm in the East Coast in the Appalachians, like near the Poconos,
Mhm.
Midnight in the Mountains. And
Oh, okay.
so April 25th is going to be the first night where I release the phone number that I have
Uh-huh.
dedicated to this situation, and I'm going to be taking live calls from anywhere around the country
Nice.
to let people tell their stories, whether it's paranormal, whether it's an alien experience,
Mhm.
whether it's something that they have involvement with the government. And I will be doing it campfire style,
Oh, nice.
out in the boonies with nothing around me besides this basically a portable studio. So
Yeah.
8 o'clock at night, it's gonna have to be dark out.
Yeah.
The only light source is gonna be from my laptop screen, and then the cameras are gonna pick up the rest like Blair Witch style. You know what I mean? Mhm.
Yeah, that was a long time ago. Jeez.
Wasn't it though? It's such a great movie though. They really did a good job with that one.
2
So
of them.
that's
There's
yeah,
2.
that's Midnight in the Mountains in a nutshell, to say the least.
Nice.
Mhm.
I was wondering where that name was coming from, but when you just said it, that kinda makes sense, but I mean,
Mhm.
yeah. East was East Coast, and then of course then you have Midnight in the Mountains. Yeah, that works. Then all you
Mhm.
need is like someone on the West Coast to be like Midnight on the West or something like that.
Yeah, yep. Well,
But
that's I
no.
think that's where the Midnight in the Desert came from. Because after Coast to Coast AM stopped, Art Bell was on YouTube for quite many years, and that's
Oh.
the name of his channel over there was Midnight in the Desert.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
Yeah, because there's a content creator I follow who's also another fan of Art Bell, and his name's Nerdotic, and he does they do a show on Sunday where they kind of go through all that ancient culture, all that
Yep.
stuff.
Mhm.
But yeah, he's a big fan of Art Bell as well. And no, when you just talk about, I was like, yeah. Then he's like into the what missing 411 is
Mhm.
another one he's into, which
Love
I
that.
yeah, I did listen the guy. I think the guy who does that is sort of like a retired cop or something like that,
Mhm.
and he just kind of he's not conspiratorial. He just looks into it's like this doesn't this thing doesn't add up or whatever.
Exactly, exactly.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and all this stuff. But yeah, it's very interesting on that regard, especially since because other connections with other content creators who are sort of into that thing and fans of Art Bell as well,
Yep,
because he
yep.
did have a profound effect on a lot of people,
Uh,
which is telling of his ability to do what he did.
yes,
But
yep. He was the first and the best at it, that's for sure. And I just hope to honor his name in this situation and journey that I'm in.
yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, doing it next to the campfire too, man, that's not bad at all.
Yep.
That's like really getting in deep as the out in the Appalachian Mountains in the
Exactly.
quiet.
Exactly.
And then you start hearing things like, guys, I think the aliens are here from now. I'm gonna have to cut this short.
Well, that's why I'm bringing the infrared camera and the thermal camera, because we do have animals in the woods. I'm gonna almost guarantee that I get scared out of my wits at some point, because I'm gonna be on stream and someone in the chat's gonna be like, "Listen, there's something that is red behind you,"
Yeah.
because it should all be blue besides myself, and if there's
Yeah.
something other than blue behind me, I'm gonna freak out instantly. And that's the content and the scary and the entertainment end of things.
Yeah.
I think it's just going to be able to bring it up a little bit to another level of entertainment for people.
Yeah, no, yeah, and it's a great thing to get to try as well because of you being a fan of our build. There's actually a content creator on YouTube. I don't really much listen anymore, but they're Mr. Ballin. He's on YouTube as well, and he's a very he goes through like incidents or paranormal stories, whatever, and he tries to tell those stories as best he can because he's very storyteller like story person. And
Yeah.
it's always interesting to kind of sit down and listen to. Some of them are pretty gruesome, don't get me wrong. Some of them are pretty gruesome, and some of them are just kind of like just weird, like
Yeah,
just
yeah.
like a deja vu sort of thing. But yeah, it's always kind of nice on those arenas of trying to figure out the mystery, sort of solving the puzzle and all that stuff. But at the end of the day, though, there's a lot of people like that who are trying to do that as well. So it's nice.
Yeah, a lot of them on Rumble, and I'm actually starting to meet a few of them that are in that area, like Atomic Shaman. I was
Ooh.
just on his show the other night.
Oh.
There's a few of them here on Rumble that get into it, and to say the least, there's a lot of Art Bell's and a lot of John B. Wells's fans are here in Rumble as well. Every time I mention it, there's been many people that'll show up in a chat in someone's room randomly, and they almost immediately like call out, like, "Is that from Art Bell? Is that where you got that name?" And that's kind of what I want as well, is that association with it.
Yeah.
And people are picking up on it pretty quickly.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome. Yeah, who was the other person? John Wells.
John B. Wells. Yeah.
John B. Wells.
He's the one. He was a weekend host of Coast to
Oh.
Coast AM back in the 1980s,
Oh,
and
wow.
he broke off. I don't think he got along. If I get don't quote me on it, but I'm pretty sure that
Right.
him and after Art Bell stopped with Coast to Coast when they brought the new person on. I
Mhm.
can't remember the name. I think it's George something, but they didn't get along, or it was just something of the like where Wells was done with doing it since Art was there.
Yeah.
But he went and started his own show, which is Caravan to Midnight. And
Right.
again, everybody's using the midnight thing. That's why I ended up using it myself.
Uh-huh.
And I found him on X, and I ended up following him, and I sent him a message, not thinking that he would ever respond back to me. And
Right.
realized he was on Rumble, and he has his lives at night as well. And he came back to me. He said, "Good luck on the journey that you're about to start with Midnight in the Mountains." He said, "God bless my family." So that really set in stone the notions, and my like worries just washed away at that point of really getting to the nitty gritty and
Mhm.
doing this seriously. If someone that has been doing it for the last 30, 40 years tells you good luck, get to it, I'm
Yeah.
going to try to do my best.
Yeah, it's always nice when someone gives you encouraging words and it's sort of like a reaffirmation of what you're trying to go for,
Exactly.
especially in this regard. But I mean, you how long have you been on Rumble anyway?
So I've probably been on Rumble now for about 4 months. I've been
Oh.
streaming for maybe 2.5 months at this point in time.
Oh, okay.
I've had a good time with a lot of growth, meeting a lot of good people. I guess I found myself in the correct circles, but it like kind of like what you do. It's all about showing the support and being there for the other creators as well.
Mhm.
I don't think there's a little bit of luck involved, but a lot of the networking is going very well. So in 2.5 months, I was able to grow pretty quickly, and we're continuing the ride.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome. Yeah, I do the thing because I used to. I don't watch many of the content creators anymore because there's not enough time in a day, to be honest.
Well, isn't that the truth? Yeah.
Yeah, usually it feels like a lot of people want to be content creators, but no one wants to be the viewer. So there's that.
Exactly. Mhm.
But there were a bunch of content creators I followed, and it was sort of this thing where, I mean, they did the thing, entertainment or movie industry or all this sort of stuff, like, you know, politics or whatnot. But for me, it was just like, you know, you already have tons and tons of people doing that. Whereas just the people sitting down just to converse about whatever. And
Exactly.
I didn't really see that.
Mhm.
Yeah, you could have people start to show up with topics and then kind of go into that. But I'm like, I don't need any of that. I don't need any
Nope.
topic centered stuff.
Yeah.
And so that kind of just kind of hit off with like a person and then just kind of built from there. But yeah, I just kind of started out because I just didn't, because it was interesting to see that you have these content creators who have, you know, thousands upon thousands of followers, and they really don't like bring any of them on in the sense of like having them on as guests, because usually like they're
Yep.
straining to get this next person, or they can't get him, or they bring on a friend that's been built into the circle. But there's more surprise, more times not in a good way rather than more times than not in the bad way, because I know there's sort of like there's a risk with it, but at the end of the day, you grow from the challenge sort of thing, and picking up on those signals like, I need to shut this down now.
Yeah, exactly. Gone too far.
You might have had a healthy rate, but I sent him to go, you already know I start at 7 all those Fridays. I don't know what you're complaining about. I always start at 7 p.m. Eastern for the Pay It Forward streams. I don't start earlier than that.
That's actually a name that I miss, Nero. I do.
Oh, for Cool Frog?
Mm-hmm.
Have you been on his show before?
I have. I've been on the panel a few times in the morning for sure.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, he's pretty much almost all day, to be
Yeah.
honest. I've had Cool Frog on for the first time. You can eat some stuff that's growing all around. Yeah, well, there's some stuff you shouldn't be eating. Obviously, you need to be cautious of what you eat. Like that mushroom over there with red, that's white spots. That's probably not the one you should be eating. Might want to just drop that right now. But no, yeah,
Open up a book and research that one first, please.
yeah. It's in a book, so take a look. Come on. But no, yeah, I've had Cool Frog on for a few times. He's just one of those people. But yeah, he's almost. It feels like he does it almost all day, every day. And I'm just like, you've got a lot to do, Cool Frog. You've got a lot of time. I can't do that.
Exactly. Yep.
I couldn't do it all day. But those are points.
It's tiresome, and I give it up to those who do 12, 15-hour streams a day for sure. I mean, my brain would be melted by then. I'm like, I'm hoping to get 4 times a month when it comes to the show, because I kind of have to take like about 130 pounds of stuff with me up the mountain to get all this done. So as much as I would love to do it 2-3 times a week, it's probably going to be once a week, 4 times a month, and then the rest is kind of filled in with the social aspect of things. Now, I like to game and things like that, but what I'm really enjoying at the end of the day is conversations like this. This is why I'm really on Rumble, is the networking.
Yeah,
Having good conversation.
Yeah, and it's and of course there were some people that were like trying to draw water out of stone, but at the end of the day, that's a challenge to learn from. Everything is edible at least once. That is true. That is true. Oh, that looks great. That red berry looks just fine. Keel over. that crab apple looks tasty. Just keel over. Nope.
Oh, that got me. That was good.
It's called Foxglove? What? Hey, Tomby, how are you, good sir?
Welcome.
How are you? I hope you're doing well. Speaking of, it's moral hunting season for foodies. I thought fall was, because I know
that was
because
like the whole hibernation thing, you know.
Yeah, because the fall is when they some people use pigs to find the truffles, because I know those are high praise, high all that stuff, and so you have that thing where they go out and they get these very high end mushrooms, because they do use them in food and they cost like a lot of money.
Absolutely, yeah.
But
same with ginger root out in the Appalachian Mountains too is a good penny as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. Is it because it's grows in the mountain, or is it just because
it's pretty difficult to find most of the time. There's people that, I mean, you get a burlap sack maybe like think of like a gallon freezer bag. You fill that up. That's from what I can remember years ago. That's like it could be up to a couple hundred to $1,000. You know what I mean?
What?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, spring from morals. Okay, morals. I've never had a moral.
Not
I've never had
morsels.
morsels. I've never had moral. I've never had actually mushrooms to eat for because I'm just not a mushroom person. Hey, Tomby. But yeah, I do know that those kind of like you're saying there are mushrooms that gathered do get a lot of money depending on the mushroom. Like again, truffles are
Yeah,
a pretty big
exactly.
one like
Yep.
yours. But yeah, I'm just not a mushroom person. It's like, oh, maybe, and then I'm like, no.
The only one that I really have gotten into is like portobello mushrooms. Those are decent. Other than that, I'm on the same boat with you on that.
Hey, there he is. Look at that. Hey, cool frog. How are you doing?
What's up,
good
cool
sir?
frog?
Hey. All right, over here. Cool. There we go. All right, had to put that in. But yeah, it's always funny because you're talking about like the mushroom stuff, and I'm not a identifier. Like I'm not gonna look at it and be very identifying of it. But fungus tastes delicious because they are mineralized. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. I know that I do know there are. So what is it? There's a farmer's market near me, and I haven't been in there in a while, but a while back when I was there, they were selling these kits, these mushroom kits that you could actually grow your own mushrooms. Now obviously there are people out there who have mushroom farms and grow
Yeah,
their own
yeah.
mushrooms. I mean,
Mhm.
it is a deal in itself. And you too, cool frog, you too. It is one of those things where you kind of make money on it. I don't know if they make a lot of money on it, but I have seen like there was like there's all. Oh, thank you for that, Nero. There's like these all like I think I saw one that's like a gold royal or something like that. There's all sorts of mushrooms because again, you have to be able as an individual, you have to be able to tell which mushrooms are edible and which mushrooms are not, and you have to be careful because there are some ones that are poisonous.
Absolutely. Yep.
But if you go to a farmer's market or something like that, they already take care of that notion, and you get like these brown mushrooms. You know what? Let's just look up a list because list of edible mushrooms.
That's actually something me and my grandfather used to do when I was growing up. He was very knowledgeable at going out into the woods and finding the ones that were edible.
Mhm.
He made a very, very good mushroom soup, that's for sure. And God bless his soul because I miss him a lot.
Yeah, it is a fairly big cottage industry. Yeah, I believe it. All right, well, here's what I found. Let's see. Oh, that's right. I got a
What's up, Trent?
presentation. Hey, edible mushrooms are fleshy, fruity bodies of numerous species of macrofungi. Fungi that bear fruit structures large enough to be seen with the naked eye. Edibility may be defined by criteria including the absence of poisonous effects on humans and desirable taste and aroma. Mushrooms that have a particular desirable taste are described as choice. What would you
choice?
Why would you describe it as choice? That doesn't make any sense to me. I have 5 mycology books. Wow, that's pretty awesome.
Wow.
That's pretty awesome. Edible mushrooms are consumed for their nutritional culinary value. Mushrooms, especially dried shiitake, are sources of umami flavor. Deadly poisonous mushrooms that are frequently confused with edible mushrooms include several species of the genus Amanita. Yeah, that one right there. Yeah, that's deadly. Yeah, those ones. The death cap is a ugh.
Yes, death cap.
Ugh. Ugh. Several varieties of fungi can take psychedelic compounds.
Cow patty mushrooms. Yep.
Yeah. They commonly consumed for recreational use are Amanita muscari. Okay, so I guess that's poisonous, but it is psychedelic. Oh, and this one I've heard of the psilocybin.
Psilocybin.
Psilocybin. Okay, psilocybin with the former containing alkaloids such as muscimol and psilocybin.
Yeah, those are the cow patty mushrooms.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
I
Yeah.
can actually. I live out in farmland, and we have 2 dairy farms that are pretty close to the house. If you go out into the fields where the cows graze and stuff, you can find those exact mushrooms growing
Mhm.
wildly, basically everywhere.
Yeah, and that's pretty interesting. If you, depending on where you live, you could
Mhm.
probably pick these up for free,
Oh, absolutely.
blueberries,
Yep.
like
Yep. Yep.
wild blueberries or raspberries. Those are out there. Funny enough, there's a type of grass out there called lemongrass,
Mm.
and oh my goodness, I didn't know about before, but my grandparents had some growing near their garden, and it's just like you could pick it up and just roll it, and you could smell the sweetness
Yep.
of the. I think they
Mhm.
call it lemon balm. I think is what they call it.
Hmm.
But yeah, and then you have edible mushrooms include many fungal species that are either harvested wild or cultivated. Harvested wild. Uh, those that are more difficult to obtain, such as truffle, matsutake. Wow, and morel. Okay, so morel. So these three are hard to find
Hmm.
or difficult to obtain, but they are wow highly prized. Wow. Despite long-term use in folk medicine, there is no scientific evidence that consuming medicinal mushrooms cures or lowers the risk of human diseases. But I mean, you have as long as you have enough uh, edible mushrooms to choose from.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not a bad thing. But again, it goes back to the thing of saying, learn to discern your mushrooms because you're already up here and deadly poisonous amanita, you gotta tell your difference, otherwise you'll be not there anymore.
Yeah, either not there or getting rushed to the hospital quite quickly if you have a friend next to you, thankfully.
Oh goodness, I can't imagine, you know, and you probably will have kids that do that because they don't
Mhm.
know. But if you
Yeah.
have an adult and they're just like, "Oh, a mushroom! I heard you could eat those." No, don't do that. No,
Mhm.
don't do that. Um, but yeah, again, there are people who make a living out of it, and there are a lot of people who have an acquired taste for it. But I'm just not sold on it. You usually get those mushrooms that you'd find like a pizza or something like that, and they're very soft
Mhm.
and very mm-mm.
Those are the ones I'm not interested in as well. That's why I like the portobellos because they're quite structured. They
Yeah,
actually have a good solid bite to them.
nice. Yeah, and it's always nice when you can eat more at home too, because again, eating out a lot is not very good.
Mhm.
The symbiosis of fungus and plant enables mineralized plants that are more nutritious. Yeah, yeah, and, the ecosystem and all this stuff, especially where that, and they're mostly in damp, dark areas for
Yep.
mushrooms,
Yep.
as
Yep.
far as I know.
Really
Button,
easy to do it in a basement.
yeah, button mushrooms are yuck. Well, I've never had them, so I wouldn't know. Unfortunately, I'm
And then
not.
sometimes, depending on the ones like the psilocybin, it'll let you see the firmament in the sky, but that's besides the point.
How did I get to the bank from home? Oh my gosh.
It's somewhere looping that way.
Mm. I
Mm.
was I was I was off walking 1 mile one way, and now I'm in
Mhm.
China. How did this
Yeah.
happen? It reminds me of the song, what was it? Talking Heads, Once in a
Oh,
Lifetime.
yeah. Yep.
I love that song. Once in a lifetime. Da-da-da-da-da.
Mhm. I love
Oh
that
my god.
band, that's a good band.
Yeah. I think it was funny because I believe they came back together to perform again for SNL's 50th. Because they're
No
like
joke, huh?
yeah, because they're like in these big coat things. I'm just like,
Mhm.
all right then. My father-in-law goes out to collect mushrooms. He pickles them good. Wow, I didn't know he could pickle mushrooms. Uh, uh,
Interesting.
yeah,
Interesting. Hmm.
damp, dark
My
area.
my my mouth just went really crazy for a moment there, trying to think of that taste just now.
What class? What would that taste like? What would a pickled mushroom taste like? Would it taste
Mm.
aromatic or would it taste like a bunch of crap? You decide. Um, damp, dark area. That's no lady. That's my wife. Our Dangerfield. Wow.
Da-dun-tsh.
I had no respect at all. No respect at all.
No respect. No respect.
Oh my goodness. No, that's the fun stuff. But yeah, I really I've actually funny because another person again who 420 friendlies is a gentleman by the name of Hemp, and he's
Mhm.
actually a really good chef. He's been in it for decades, and it's so nice when you get to kind of in the sake of like talking about mushroom stuff, when you get to use more of that wild ingredients
Yeah.
to cook a meal. Because like you were talking about the ginger or the mushrooms or name a bunch of other plants that are safe to eat, right?
Mm.
Safe to eat. It's always a nice thing. I see it for me though. I don't do all that because it would take too long to try to learn what is ones you can eat and what is not.
Yeah, exactly.
So, but what I do like though is I do like, as you're saying for your thing at midnight in the mountains, going out and cooking on a campfire because there was one time for a holiday, I had bought corn on the cob, right? And a
Mm.
lot of people like corn on the cob. Not everyone, but a lot of people like corn on the cob, for different
Yeah.
holidays
Yep.
and whatnot.
Mhm.
And I had bought some, and I had just gotten, because usually what my family does is, put them in the shuck them, put them in the pot, and then you boil them, right?
Yep. Yep. Yep.
Well, I had to ask, one of my parents, can you can you cook, like, could you cook them in the husk? And said, yeah, you could do that. You just have to soak them. So,
Yes.
we kind of like got a tub of water and maybe put like a little salt. Some people do sugar. I think it's a variance of what the taste for. I don't know, but I know some
Mhm.
people do sugar or salt depending on. Um, but so I just did like salt and I put it in there. And the funny thing is like the husk will be like a container for that's water or whatever, and it will just steam it. You know,
Yeah.
yeah.
We usually use salt ourselves. I like that more bitter taste to it. I've had sugar as well, and it definitely makes the corn a little bit sweeter when you bite into it.
Mhm.
But for me, it's definitely the salt, personally. Anyway, for my taste buds.
Yeah.
Same with a lot of people will do the same thing. They'll either do the salt with spaghetti, but then people do
Oh.
use sugar that same way to reduce
Mm.
the acidity of it a bit.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I prefer meat sauce with my spaghetti if we're gonna go
Mhm.
down that road.
Yes, love that.
No, none of this presto with tomatoes and
No, yeah. Uh-huh.
I want some meat. I want some meat on my spaghetti.
Mhm. I agree, and
Like,
as many meatballs as humanly possible as well.
yes, give me a
Mhm.
giant meatball with as much Parmesan cheese as you can put on it. We're done.
Mhm.
All right, don't need to talk about it anymore. Sealed. But most ginger, okay, it inhibits growth, and then otherwise it's easy to go. Oh, I didn't know that. I know it's very. Um, I know that Asian people they do very heavily with some ginger, as well. I believe so. Um, but I know that some will say it has like for not is it ginger beer or like ginger soda, right? Um, I do know that taking ginger can help with like stomach aches or something like that. I've heard that
Mhm.
before.
Yes, yes.
Yeah,
Mhm.
like settling a bad stomach because
Yeah, my wife abides by it for sure.
yeah. But um, but yeah, I don't. I know. Was it like Canada Dry? I think Canada
Yep.
Dry is one, and then there's Verner's.
Mhm.
But yeah, there's stuff like that where there's a sort of what do they call that? Herbal. I think it's called herbal medicine. I think they call it
Yeah,
that.
yep,
Herbal remedies. That's right.
botanical
Herbal.
medicine. Yep.
Yeah, herbal remedies. That's right. That's
Mhm.
the name for it. But the thing with that though is you get that kind of pushback of like, oh, this isn't it's not tested, whatever. But it's like you have a bunch of people who are trying to take, again, going with the eating out and all that stuff matter. There are people trying to take better care of themselves, but there is a lot of crap out there you kind of have to be wary of.
It's very true.
Yeah,
Yep.
and I don't. I've been using like an app on my phone to kind of, it allows you to scan the barcodes.
Oh, nice, good.
Yeah,
Mhm.
scan the barcodes on your food, and it will tell you, like it'll give it a rating, and then
Yeah.
it'll tell you like a degree of Oh, what is it? It will tell you the degree of if it's good or not, like a color
Yeah.
coding, right?
I
Red
mean,
is
at this
bad.
point with AI technology, I bet at pretty soon you're going to be able to take your phone out into the woods and scan those herbs, and it will tell you at that point too. I can
Well,
imagine there's probably something like that that's in development at this point.
yeah, I've seen some. I've tried to go through like the app store and try to find something like that. Identify this plant or something like that. But
Mhm.
they're really not. They're not up to par. It feels like, or you gotta be
Not yet.
careful.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta be careful because if you can get like, there's. You could be looking at something you're not sure what it was, and they say it's something completely different, and you later find out it's poison oak. Yeah, that. Well, they're not. Man, you shouldn't have wiped with that, Timmy. That's not what you should have done.
Like,
That's not
oh,
good.
that hurts and burns a whole lot. Oh
Woo! I
man.
can't sit down for a week. Oh man.
Right?
Woo!
Mhm.
Oh my gosh. I
Well,
think. Well,
I am going to be getting the kids here to bed in a
well,
moment.
okay.
So
Yeah.
it's been an absolute pleasure. I just see my wife running back and forth in the background and
She's
the
so
lights
she's
turn off.
she's almost like one
So
more step from on your
yeah,
head, just like.
exactly. It's like her hands come through the screen and just twist my neck up really quick.
Oh, we don't want that. No, I
No,
don't.
not at all, not at all.
No. But
But
no, but
I figured it's about that time anyway.
no, but yeah, but thank you for coming on, and hopefully you have
Absolutely.
a greater weekend, and you can
You as
enjoy
well.
some
Thank you
sleep.
so much for having me again this
Oh
evening. It
yeah.
has been an absolute pleasure to have a conversation with you.
Oh yeah, you're always welcome to come back. Of course, it being short and all, but still, you're always welcome to
Mhm.
come back, and because there's always more to the conversation beyond that point. So, but
Absolutely.
I'm gonna continue a little longer because
Oh,
I
that's not a
do
problem at all. Mhm.
because I do go because I am part of the creator program, but I'll do like the little premium stuff a little later. But anyway,
Oh,
but
nice,
yeah,
nice.
you have a great one, and I hope you have a pleasant sleep.
Thank you. I hope to see you on the 25th, and, if you know anybody with a good story, make sure they have them call in, and, we'll get to experience that firsthand out in the woods.
Oh yeah, yeah. Just to make sure you bring something to spray the bears with. Just
Well, we're getting to that. I will have my 1187 with me, just so
uh,
everybody's aware. I'm not going out there unprotected, thankfully, but,
that's good.
God forbid I'd ever have to use it. I will have protection while I'm out there alone by
Good.
myself in the woods.
Smart. Smart. We don't know. You never go out in the woods without some form of
Without
defense.
something,
Yes.
exactly.
Mhm.
Especially not 9 o'clock at night in the pitch darkness.
Yeah, definitely that. But anyway, his links are down below. Again, on the 25th is when he starts his show. And of
Mm.
course, if you're interested in checking that out, this is his Rumble link. And of course, his Twitter his link to his X account is down below as well. So if he's worth a follow, why not give it to him? Because he talks about all sorts of stuff dealing with the theories, coast to coast, and all that sort of
Mhm.
stuff with Art Bell, and just that kind of thing because you enjoy doing it, and that's a great thing about creating content.
I do appreciate that, and I like that you said theory because I hate trying to say it's one thing or another because it really is just a broad spectrum of conversation. So thank you for
Yeah,
saying that.
no, yeah, no problem. Yeah, well, and then you get into if you don't, then you'll get into this divulging conversation where it just goes nowhere. And it's like,
Yeah,
yeah,
right.
my time is up. I've got to get going. So if you want to keep arguing, you'll do it by yourself.
Daramouthe, thank you so much for having me on.
You're welcome, good sir. You have a
Guys,
good night. All right.
chat, thank you very much. It was nice meeting all of you, and I hope to see you guys soon.
Oh yeah, yeah. You too. Have a good one.
Have a good night.
You bye. All right. Well, thank you that and thank you Neuro for that. And again, his links are down below. So if you want to check those things out, you can. I'll next time we'll get to have him on more, but when you got family to take care of, you gotta take care of them, right? But anyway, but yes, how are all of you doing? I know it's been a while since it's just been us, but hey, it's us now. Oh goodness. But yes, hopefully you guys weekend is ready to go because I'm certainly not I'm certainly ready for it. Botanicals, I wish more was interested in that. I don't have any time. Yeah, that's the sucky part though, is you want to learn about that stuff. And you just don't have the time for it. And it's just like, ugh. I mean, you basically have the world, information at your fingertips, but even then you're busy with other things, and you're just like, I don't have enough time to. It's like with me, like gaming. I don't do gaming streams or whatever, but even then, I don't have much time to game on my own time, or at certain points, I just, I'm not interested. Like it doesn't interest me to game. But you just kind of have to set some time aside for yourself to kind of to smell the roses at work. Because I mean, at the end of the day, you can work yourself to death and not enjoy life, and I don't think people would want that. So there's that. But anyway, it is the top of the hour, and we'll probably go on for a little longer, and then go to do the premium thing. But before I do that, um, of course, Midnight in the Mountains stuff is down below. His ex is uh 1 second, I gotta see what else I put down there of his. Um his ex and Rumble are down there. So if you want to see his stuff, that's down there. Um but yeah, he seems like a great guy, and I hope that next week goes well for him when he's trying to do camping out in the woods, because it can be scary, man, if you do it by yourself. So one accident happens, you're only one step away from being in an accident, and it's not fun when you're out there hurt and all that stuff, and some people do get hurt. So but I wish him well on that. But of course, from my end of things, right, whether you're on the Rumble side or whether you're on the YouTube side, because yes, I do stream to both ends. If you wouldn't mind leaving a like, sharing the content, leaving a comment or follow, anything that helps with the engagement factor is much appreciated, because not only does it help in having being seen by people, but it also helps in having other people on, like Midnight in the Mountains, or like the Tombi, or like Cool Frog, or like so many other people. At the end of the day, I just do this thing to have conversations with others about whatever, because that's what it's all about. You don't see that. I feel like you don't see that very much. But I've met some people who do this sort of kind of same format, but sometimes they use topics to kind of get there, and I'm just like, I don't need topics. I don't need them to go anywhere. I have a whole life of that remark of knowledge and stuff, and I'd rather just go with that. But anyway, any help with the engagement factor on either end of Rumble or YouTube, much appreciated. Of course, I have a link down below as well. You can go to that. You can find my Twitter X, my email, my Discord thing, but it's mostly just for DMing. I don't have a server. I'm not interested in stretching myself like many of these creators do, because it's just ridiculous. It's so ridiculous how many people stretch themselves. But at the end of the day, the link's down below. And if you want to come on yourself, guess what? There's a comment section down below, or that link. Either way, there are avenues to reach out to me and say, hey, I'd like to come on, because I do reach out to ask, but sometimes I get an answer, sometimes I don't. It is what it is. But also the other factor too, and thank you, Neuro, for that. The other factor too, give me 1 second. The other factor too is that a while back, I had entered into a partner program of sorts. Not the Rumble one. I'm in the creator program, but that's a different thing. So a while back, I had entered into this sort of creator partner program that a company of whose product I use, if no one's ever heard of it, like Proton, they have products like Proton VP, Proton Mail, all that sort of stuff. And I entered it in just thinking, why not try it, right? Because I didn't think I'd get in at all. I was like, I don't think I'll get in. Let me just try anyway, because these companies like big numbers, and you gotta have like the right connections and all this stuff. And I'm just like, I don't play that game, right? I don't play that game. But at the end of the day, I just kind of threw my head in. Some of the questions I answered, I don't know, like something about numbers or whatever. And I'm just like, I don't know. But I entered that in, and like I think it was over this weekend, and 24 hours after the fact, like on Monday or Tuesday, I heard back from saying I was, I had been accepted, and I was like, well, crap. I was hoping you guys would tell me no. So I was like, I was like, oh man, because I'm not a good seller of things. I don't even think I've sold anything of Rumble Premium, but I use their products, so I'm kind of like, okay, so I kind of have an idea. But I'm not gonna. They give me a bunch of different links, like for their VPN and all this stuff, but I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna talk about the mail one that I have one for, because I they're about security and privacy and all that stuff, and they're really just talking about my experience. Um, and thank you, Neuro, for that. So the email, the one for Proton Mail, link for that is a link to, uh, I believe it leads to a 30-day free trial for people to try, and like if you like it, fine. If not, that's okay too. The money thing is just an extra thing. It does not matter that much to me. What matters is that I've used this product and I have this opportunity to try and promote it to people who may be concerned about their stuff. So there was three. So I was trying to figure out how to do this thing, because I don't know. I don't know how to sell. I don't know how to market. All right. Basically a nobody on the internet. But there was a few things that I was trying to go through and look at, and I was like, okay, so what are the few things I can say? Like 3 things. What are the 3 things I can pick up? So I had to write them down. So I apologize if I look like I'm looking at something else, because I would forget the words in the spawns. Like, what do I say? But one of the things is, one of the things that they do for Proton Mail is something about email trackers. Now, I didn't know anything about this until, hey, thank you, Imran. Starving. Oh yeah, eat. Don't starve yourself. Eat. But there was this thing about email trackers, and I was like trying to figure out what that meant, because I didn't even know what to mean. But I think the thing of it, what I learned is that their companies, when they send out like a email of like an item or something, they attach like a tracker thing to it to see if you've opened it or not. It's like it's an invisible tracker, so to speak. So if they send you like a promo email or something, like, hey, would you like to buy this thing, or some contest, I don't know, right? They put those trackers in there. Well, for Proton Mail, they kind of clean those up, so those aren't an issue, because there are a lot of people who, and I'm not a technical person, so there's more technical stuff to it, but I'm not gonna try to explain that, because you're talking to the wrong person for that. I can give that information, but me trying to describe it. Okay, let me paint a picture for you. No, but there's things like that. The email trackers, they kind of clean those up. There was another thing that surprised me though about this. They also offer throwaway emails. So how it works is, if you sign up for something, right, like you use an email for web beacons. Oh, okay, I didn't know that. See, it's something I learned, something new I learned. I didn't know that. But there's also something else. They have like this thing called alias emails. So what they do is, oh, no problem. Yeah, you have a great night. Okay, have a great night and have a great weekend. All right, and I hope your show goes well next week. I'll try to stop by, but I have a show on that Friday, so we'll see. You too. Have a good one. But there's also another thing, the alias ones, right? So that the alias, they let you have these alias emails, or they make up these alias emails, so that if you were to say sign up for Facebook, but it also means not getting pics. Oh, that's understandable. Yeah, because they do kind of go through that. But but they let you use these like alias emails they make up themselves, so that if you want Facebook or some stupid thing like signing up for a contest, whatever, you can use an alias email. Is it alias or no, alias? Sorry, alias email, which will go directly back to your email, and um, they won't, they won't catch on that one. I've used that a few times actually, just because. Always have at least 2 email addresses. Well, I do, but they have the alias email as just well, which is like infinite at a certain point. And then the other one thing is that they actually are very stringent on catching scammers, like scam mails, because there are times where you'll get an email, not all the time, but there's like very rare time where you get an email and it'll say like, this email may be a phishing email or stuff like that. And if people don't know what phishing is, it's like they send an email and you, if you click on a link or something, then they, it's a scam thing, right? It's a scam thing, but they do pretty well work with that. And again, Proton's HQ is in Switzerland, which I've heard is very, very strict on privacy and security laws and all that stuff. But again, it's not the whole thing. It's not a money ordeal. I have a full-time job. The point of the matter is I've been given this opportunity to try to do something, even though I was sure they probably wouldn't say yes to me. But at the end of the day, if you were to go to that link, it would take you to a promo for. Yes, the Swiss do make great cheese. But if you go to that link, it'll take you to like a 30-day trial thing. You can try it, see for yourself, see all about the things I said, and if it doesn't work out, well, guess what? You don't have to worry about whatever. At the end of the day, it's just something of privacy and security to try, and I use it myself. And if anything, because I have AOL and I also have iCloud, and if any email I was to use, I'd rather use Proton, because I've already seen what Gmail does. I've already seen what AOL does, and iCloud, same as well. But at the end of the day, I believe in Proton and what they want to do. What's the monthly cost? It's to the singular of it. You know what? Let's do that. Let's click on that link, because I'm not gonna leave you hanging to dry. So I'm gonna go to that link. Private. Okay. Here's the page. When you press that link, here's the page you'll go to, right? Here's the page you go to. So that's the page you'll see when you click that link. Easy to deny, and we're not linked to malicious scripts. Yeah, they're very good at trying to do that better, or do that. But here's the link take you. Now, obviously, it will tell you about all the stuff here. Ads free, always free, of course. It's supported by being played. Now here are the plans, right? Here are the plans for this. Now, obviously, I have a different plan. It's like I pay monthly. No, it's not monthly. I play yearly, so that's a little more. But these are the plans right here, right? So you can do a Proton free one, right? For free. You get no credit card is required. You get 1 gigabyte stored, 1 user, 1 email address, right? That's the basic starting line. But of course, as you know, the higher the ladder you go up, the more stuff you get with it, right? And again, you get all these extra bits like mail, calendar. Also, again, I'm only gonna do the one link for the mail. I'm not gonna try to promote anything more else, because I'm not the greatest at this. But it's something that I use. I believe in it, and again, like I said, it's ad free, all this stuff. But at least the link just takes you here. You look for yourself. You get 30 days free. If it works out for you that you want to go more, well, here are the prices for you to pay for. Now, this is a USD. So if you're in another country, it might be different, but this is USD. So whatever the USD thing for is your country, that's that. But again, if you enjoy using it, and you're, all the stuff that comes with it is great for you, guess what? You can do more, whether bi-monthly, once a month, or every year, annually. I think it's how to say annually. Yeah, annually, every year, and all that stuff. So those are the prices for monthly, and then for yearly. So interested in it? Great. That's where the link take you. If not, I still thank you for at least hearing me out, seeing all this stuff. Know that I'm trying to do it sort of like the Billy Mays. The Billy Mays way, right? Like, if you remember Billy Mays, he'd do like the OxyClean commercials and whatnot. He wouldn't sell people a product he wouldn't use himself. And I use Proton. And I'm like, this is a great product. It's not like whatever. It's not like a scammy site or whatever. These people do. They want you to have the best privacy and security and stuff that you can have. The internet is not 100% secure. It just can't be. And all this stuff, but I use the product. I'll promote the product, and if you decide to take up on it, there you go. You've learned about it. But at the end of the day, I'm just grateful for the opportunity, because when I signed up for it, I didn't think I would get in, because who the heck's gonna give me an opportunity in the platform? I don't know how to sell anything. So there's that. That's not bad. Yeah. Again, 30 days free, and you get to check it out for nothing. $10 gets you 5. Yeah. Oh, and the funniest. So just from my own experience, right? The longer, I believe, if you're on like the unlimited plan, I'm not sure, like the $15 or whatever. I believe one of those plans, that's not the free one. If you stay on it every year, you actually get 10 gigabytes extra. That's why for me, that's what I found out, is like they actually give, the longer you stay on, I believe they give you 10 gigabytes every year. And I was like, are you kidding me? They give you 10 gigabytes? I didn't know that. So that's just from what I've experienced. I don't know if it'll be the same or not, but it's not going to be in the free thing. But if you pay into it, I believe every year you get like 10 free gigs on their storage. So like Nero was saying, yeah. Yeah, yep. It's, for me, it's worth it. For me, it's worth it. Now I do more. I do like a whole package or deal that costs a little more, but at the end of the day, I really think it's worth it. And that link will lead to it. And if you check it out and you decide not to take it, no skin off my back. I just want to promote a product I believe works well, and for people who are worried about the privacy, maybe have like family members who are older or whatever, and you don't want them getting those scammy emails or whatnot. Proton does pretty good at it. If one gets through, guess what? They're gonna put something up there that says this is a scam, this is a phishing thing or whatever, and all that stuff. And I've seen it a few times too. So always be mindful of scams. Always be mindful of all this stuff. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, I know. I apologize for going on this long tirade, but again, I did not say I was a professional at this promoting thing. So I apologize, but at the end of the day, I believe what Proton is going for. Oh, all right. Have a good one, Kids Story, or Kids Today. Have a good one. And thank you for being here. I appreciate it. But yeah, so I apologize for the long-windedness, but at the end of the day, I believe in the product and all this stuff. So thank you. Oh, thank you, Nero. I appreciate that. And thank you for the posting the links too. I appreciate that as well. But anyway, so what's going to, so I don't really have much else beyond the score. I didn't think he'd leave that early, but it's all right. You know, he's got kids. He's got to take care of that. Family comes first. And plus, it is the Easter holiday. Well, not, I don't want to say holiday. Is it? Would it be considered a holiday? The Easter celebration this weekend. So there are going to be a lot of people who are going to be doing all that stuff, whether it be Catholic or otherwise. At the end of the day, it's going to be a fun-filled weekend with finding eggs and all the other stuff. There's a ton of things that people are going to be doing. But if you're not into the Easter thing, that's okay too. I posted the link here in Hunley's chat. Kids Today can. Oh, okay. Oh, thank you for that, Nero. See, you're one of the best, Nero. And again, thank you for posting the links for the surveys as well. I don't know if we'll get the same amount like I got from the last surveys. I don't know if we'll get the same amount of responses like I did the last surveys. Because I remember you saying that some of them had spoken on how long it was. So, but I do appreciate everyone who takes the time to take the survey. I know if the surveys are long, I do apologize, but I've been using the data from the previous surveys to kind of inform the next. So that way it helps. It's for the Rumble side. If people don't know, those surveys are the Rumble side. They are to help. It's me doing it. It's not Rumble, not affiliated with Rumble, so there's none of that. But it helps in gathering data on what people have issues with the most or wish list stuff the most, because at the end of the day, people aren't really getting a visual thing back from Rumble when they give them feedback like, oh, this doesn't work or this doesn't work or whatever, or so forth and so not. And at the end of the day, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to gather that data, trying to gather the voices, if you will, and I'm trying to add. Been dropping it a couple of times each stream. Thank you, I appreciate it. I know it's they're a bit long on both ends, but I'll be trying to get them a little shorter next time, so it's not so 50 questions per. I know it's 50 questions per. I understand, but at the end of the day, it's all about collecting that detailed data. And again, these surveys won't be the same every time. They will be living, breathing surveys. Again, the previous month will instruct the next month of what to kind of, ask upon and all that stuff. Because again, it's about collecting that data and then giving you guys visual data. Because that's what people on Rumble want, is they want to be able to see the visual data of what's been collected. Yes, and thank you for that. And these are the surveys. I know they're long. And I appreciate you for taking the time to do them. Again, the data you are going to get visual data back. You are going to get to see what the many voices that have been collected are talking about. One's for creator, one's for viewer. If you are a creator and see yourself or see yourself on both ends, take it. Right? I'm not going to stop you if you're a creator and you view yourself for both ends, of viewer and creator. So if you feel of both, then take both. But at the end of the day, every bit counts. Every bit counts. Every bit counts. Once the end result of the survey, there'll be teasers dropped a bit, a little after it ends on the 23rd, but on the 26th is the Rumble Squared show I do every month to kind of go over that data, and I have guests on to collect their data too of issues and wish list stuff they have. But again, it's just trying to collect that data to give you guys something visual to see what the many people are saying, so that you can have a better understanding of what's going on, because Rumble isn't giving that back, especially when they get feedback. They don't really give anything visual data-wise back for that. So that's what I'm trying to do. Survey. So everyone who's taking the survey, I appreciate you. And everyone, there's still 5 days left to go. Every bit counts. Every single bit counts. It may be a lot of questions, but every question counts. And again, it won't be the same survey next month. It will be a little different, a little less questions, but just trying to get that data of what people are having issues with and all that stuff. So yeah, long-winded, I know, but at the end of the day, I'm doing this thing on my own time because I want to give people back something so they can see it, instead of just being told, oh, it's this thing, or listening to a bunch of voices that say this thing is the majority when it's not. Complete the survey. I can't offer that. I can't offer that. I don't have that kind of power. You can get it anyway without taking the survey, so it's kind of pointless. It's kind of pointless in that regard. So it was nice try though, Nora. Well, the funny thing too is, right, going back to the proton mail thing, Louder with Crowder uses proton mail. So they have this thing where they that was a joke. I know. I know. The thing with, if I understand many people aren't fans of Louder Crowder, but they do use proton mail for their tip collection. Like, not like money tips, but like tips of like fraud or something like that. I don't know. But they do use proton mail. They use proton mail because they can trust that it's not going to be, punched through or whatever to be found out of those things, and keep those people safe. James O'Keefe. Oh yeah, James O'Keefe. But yeah, they use it too, and they trust and rely as well. If someone like Louder and Crowder trusts and relies and trusts on proton mail, that just goes to show you of how good they are, want to keep people's data safe and all that stuff. Again, nothing on the internet is 100% safe, but you can try to get as close as possible as you can to it. So, but anyway, done with all that. I've bored you enough with all that. I apologize. Getting on from that, what we're going to do is, usually with my guests, I would say it's time for us to promote ourselves and then kind of go on to the guest thing tomorrow, and then questions from Hat. But because my guest is gone, we're going to do things differently. I've already done the promoting of stuff again. Any help with engagement factor, link down below. I think that should be helpful enough. I don't know, but it should be helpful enough. So every bit counts. Every bit counts. So engagement factor on either end or on Rumble, and then a link down below. I appreciate all for that. Of course, tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern. I had to change the time because one of the guests couldn't come at 7. At 8 p.m. Eastern tomorrow is my Dara's Hangout Den. Now, to explain a little bit about this, Dara's Hangout Den, the idea is to bring on former Darachat guests to kind of mingle and all that stuff, because they might meet people they've probably would have never had the opportunity to. And so I thought about doing something like that, because they're people that have been on the show before in the past. But because of the challenges of scheduling, and then of course I have my Darachat and the Rumble Squared, I've decided that every 4 months I'll do Dara's Hangout Den until otherwise, because it's just a lot of stress and stuff to try to schedule people on, and everyone's busy, the other content creators, whatever, and it's just a load off me. So the next one obviously will be in August, but the one tomorrow is at 8 p.m. Eastern. I'll be having on Zio, who I've had on before. I'll be having on Toasty, who's been on before a few times, and I'll be having on Based Comic, who I had on once before. So if you guys want to see a bunch of different people just have a conversation about whatever, come tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern. These people have been on Darachat before in one way or another, and I'm excited to have them together and see what happens, right? Bring people together, see how they converse, see how they react to stuff and all that, and just have a great time and having free-flowing conversation about whatever comes our way. And that's why I do it. But again, it'll be moved to 4 months or every 4 months, because I can't, because scheduling wise, it's very challenging, and I'd rather just have less stress than more, and because I do have a full-time job. So tomorrow 8 p.m. Eastern for the Dara's Hangout Den, and of course I end the show. Well, I'm ending the show part, but I am doing my premium part after this. So if you're Rumble Premium, there will be a wrap-up portion after, but that's more of just a little bit. Come on. Yes, he's coming on next week. He is coming on for the one for next week. So you will see Encryptus on next Saturday for Rumble Squared. So he will be on, I believe. Hold on. Let me check that. I put it in my notes too. Rumble Squared. Yes, Encryptus is coming on next week for that. The whole guest list will be coming out Sunday, so don't worry about it, but Encryptus will be one of the people coming on. So I did ask, and he said yes. I'm like, yes, because he does have knowledge that I think might help some people understand a bit better about the coding and software and all that stuff. But it'll be just nice to have him on again, to be honest. But anyway, because I don't really have my guests with me to ask questions, I'm gonna do 2 freebie questions for myself, because why not, right? And if you want more than the 2 questions pulled out, guess what? YouTube, sorry, but I'm not monetized over there, so it is what it is. But if you're on Rumble, guess what? You can give a Rumble rant to have more questions pulled out of the hat. But I'll do the 2, because why not, right? Let's take a risk. Okay, I'm reaching my hand in the hat. I'm not looking into the hat. I'm feeling the hat. So if I get a paper cut, I felt a little too much. Yeah, exactly. And that's why I'd like to have him on, because he does have some knowledge, and I'd like to have someone who's like that on. Of course, the format will be explained on the day of, but again, he'll be one of the people. All right, here's the first question. Here's an easy one you start with. Would you rather be too hot or too cold? Now, that's a tricky one. And the reason why it's tricky for me is because I know what too cold is like. I've been in weather that was like -10. It's not fun. It's not. I've also been in hot, very hot weather where it's the humidity is bearing down on you. It's over 100. It's like around 100 degrees, and you're just like, I neither. I wouldn't want neither, to be honest. But if I would maybe too hot, because at least I wouldn't. If it comes down to it, I can be in my own home and be, whatever, or have a fan. But I'd rather choose neither, because neither is not fun. Neither too hot, neither too cold. Ugh. It's just bad. Question number 2, unless someone gives a rumble rant. Let's see what this one says. You can always put on another layer. That's true. But in negative weather, it's kind of difficult. And it's kind of, especially if your car doesn't start in negative weather, then it's really a sad day. Okay, so this one is, if your content were a cocktail, what would it be called, and what are its ingredients? Once naked, you're out of luck. Well, that's true, but then I could put myself in a tub of cold water, and then I'm not out of luck. So there's that. If you have a tub or a cold shower, whichever one. But anyway, the question. Let me repeat the question again. The question is, if your content were a cocktail, what would it be called? What are its ingredients? Okay, so if I were to have a cocktail, right, and that's a difficult one. Okay, what would it be called? I feel like, look, I'm just gonna go off right at the bat. It'd be called the everything cocktail, because the conversation can go anywhere, and it can involve pretty much everything. So I'm gonna call it the everything cocktail, and it's for what its ingredients are. Maybe a little spicy, maybe a little sweet. I think a little mixture of both, and maybe a little salty, just to kind of help with that. But at the end of the day, if I were to name individual ingredients, it would take too long. But I think something a little sweet, a little salty, and just a hint of spicy would be in the cocktail. But it'd be called the everything cocktail, because it almost feels like you're tasting everything in it. So that's the best way to describe it, unfortunately. But what I call that, I did call it the everything cocktail. But anyway, that is the end of that. Unless someone gives a rumble rat. But I do thank you for all coming again. I do have a wrap-up portion after this, because I am setting up for tomorrow's stream. So you'll get to see behind the scenes of that. And of course, again, remember, and helping with any part of the engagement is much appreciated. Link down below. If you're interested in the Proton Mail thing, which again, up to you, but I use it, I enjoy it, I pay for it, will gladly pay for it every year, because they do a great job, and they do try to help prevent scamming and whatnot, because no one wants to be a recipient of those kind of emails and see family members who are don't understand, have never been there before, or elderly. Because I just imagine that if you were to pay for it, for a family member, whatever, say like a grandparent or whatnot, that would probably be the best, because at the end of the day, I believe the older people are more vulnerable, and this is just something that would help with that. But again, test it out for yourselves, see if it's worth it, and if it is worth it, then I thank you, and if it's not, then I thank you all the less, because 10 emails for $4 can't be that. Yeah, exactly. But again, use it, great. If not, I thank you anyway, because at the end of the day, I didn't think I'd be in this partner program. I don't know if there's some kind of thing I have to make in order to keep in the program. I don't know, but at the end of the day, guess what? I'm grateful to be in it. I'll try it out. I'll try my best, and if nothing, at least I tried, right? At least I tried. So thank you all for that. Thank you for all the survey stuff as well. I appreciate you all. There's the link, of course. And for the survey stuff, again, creator, viewer, all that stuff for 2. Yeah, see, there you go. Look at that. Neuro is already on the ball. He's smart. Neuro's smart and busy. The dude is very busy. But again, survey stuff, whether you view yourself as a creator of on Rumble, or a survey or viewer on Rumble, doesn't matter which one. If you view yourself as both, take both. Okay? 2 different perspectives to learn data from. It's all about collecting that data, fine-tuning the surveys to catch data better, and more than that, just to give back a visual representation of all that data so that you guys get to see what many voices are talking about. Maybe you'll find something that many people agree with you on. Maybe you'll find something that many people don't agree with you on or aren't even talking about. At the end of the day, it's about collecting those voices, clearing the fog, and showing you something that you're not seeing from Rumble. So there's that. But again, 8 p.m. Eastern tomorrow for the Dara's Hangout Den. If you have Rumble Premium, guess what? You'll get the wrap-up portion after the fact. If not, I thank you all for joining me for the Pay It Forward stream and also joining me for having Midnight on. I wish you a great weekend, and if you are celebrators of the Easter or everything that comes with it, I hope it is a great resurrection for you and to enjoy that time with your family. At the end of it all, I end my show with a song, music video by Pogo called "One Day with You," and again, there's a link down below if you want to see all this stuff as well, because I just download it and put it in my little thing here to use it because I enjoy his stuff. So again, "One Day with You" by Pogo. Have a great rest of your weekend, Rumble Premium users. I'll see you in a few minutes. Have a great weekend, everyone. Bye.